What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing today? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? You guys see the new lion strap shirts? Logo on the back. Leo got those shirts made. Lion straps, once again, you guys go pick those up when you get a chance. I'll give some people a second to tune in. Talk a little bit about arm wrestling and arm wrestling topics. My favorite thing to talk about. It's been a while since I had some time to sit down and really get into it with you guys and really see what you guys are up to. Talk a little bit about Devon's comment, his prediction, or his suggestion. If you guys have any questions here, obviously, this will just be a live Q&A. I'll touch on some topics about, what Devon was saying and about me arm wrestling Kyle Henriksen, I believe was his last name. I don't want to butcher. Is it Hendrickson or Henriksen? Crap. All I saw was the videos that Devon posted of him, the clips of him, and I'm down. I don't know too much about him. I mean, like I said, I just saw that, but looks like a big, strong dude. I talked to some people about him today that know him personally, and it seems like a matchup that would be a lot of fun. So there are some things potentially in the works to make that match happen. So I hear, and I welcome it. Somebody on YouTube was telling me that I was too fat, that because he's ripped and looks like he has more muscle than me, that I have no chance with him or with Khalid because I'm too fat, and they're too ripped, and there's just no way I can do it. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm hearing it both ways, but I'm always down to test myself. The guy obviously is really strong for being able to pull through Khalid like that and to keep form. You can tell his bicep is strong as shit, and he has really strong forearms. His wrist wasn't moving too much. Khalid had to really go all out in order to bend Kyle's wrist back. So it's impressive wrist for sure. I saw some things that I think I could do with that, but I'd love to test it out and see, see if this big old fat body of mine can get through his hand. Hopefully you guys are all doing good, staying COVID free as much as you can, staying inside, staying healthy and safe during these crazy times, man. Everybody's getting sick. Like right now, it's getting wild. Yeah, so Devon mentioned my name saying I should have that match with him, which is kind of random. I mean, I had called Devon the other day, but I don't know. That was kind of random that he thought of me. But I'll take it. And they just need to go out to Dubai. Chance Shaw and Brad Grundy are going out to Lohan Topper. What's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in. If you guys get a chance, please share this on your social media. We'll see if we can get this live kind of big and just chop it up for a little while. Share it on, whatever, on Facebook or, wherever. But yeah, Chance Shaw's going out to Dubai apparently with Brad and somebody else. Can't remember who the other person was, but that'll be entertaining. Thanks, man. I appreciate you telling me I'm a good dude. I'm trying to be. I think people will say that, and it's a great compliment, fantastic compliment to receive. I think one of the only things that separate me and some people is that arm wrestling is really, really what I care about. I care about the sport. And there's other people like this. I'm not saying I'm the only one by any means. I'm saying that I think when people say that, you seem genuine or you seem humble, I genuinely care about the sport because the sport has given me so much focus. And there's been times in my life where I was really down in the dumps and the biggest things happened and family things happened, and me and my baby mama fell apart, and I didn't have my daughter, and I'm crying, and all this stuff happened, and I always had arm wrestling, and arm wrestling was always there for me in a lot of ways, and it kind of saved me mentally. It gave me something to push for. After I stopped playing college basketball and other things fell off, like it gave me something I could still try to be the best in. It gave me something to cling to as far as like competitive nature and drive to not be some bum, you know. So it's given me a lot. It's given me a lot of focus, and arm wrestling has like helped me a ton. And so my love for it is very deep, and like my love for the sport and for the community is very, very deep. And this is kind of my last shot too, you know. Like I'm 35 now. Most people think I'm like 22, which is great, guys. I appreciate that. Um, that made me laugh at my comments. Hey, he tuned in. Um, but right, same man there when I need something to focus on. Yeah, so it gave me a lot, and I'm 35, and now I've been arm wrestling 10 years or so. When I started, it was a little different than it is now, guys. There was no like team, or there wasn't as many teams at all. There's one team in like Southern California. There was nothing on YouTube. There was no like finding out how to arm wrestle was way more difficult. And I know it was even harder before me. But like it wasn't as easy to get into. And but now things are moving along quick. Samarth Mishra, I don't speak that language. Hopefully you're saying something nice. But yeah, so anyway, that's where everything stems from is putting back into the sport that's given so much to me, and in the end, I'll always choose arm wrestling and promoting this sport, and it means more to me than the money and stuff like that. Now I'm getting into phases in my career where I would like to make some money, but at no point will I choose me making money and me damaging the sport at all. Like if I can make some money in arm wrestling, cool, of course, that's the dream, right? But at no point will I like damage the sport or choose myself over the sport or anything like that, for sure. But luckily, if you guys are following me, recently I've started giving out. I started doing. Am I going to Dubai with Michael Todd? No, I'm not going right now. I do plan to go eventually, but not currently. I kind of want to go solo. I don't really want to go when there's a bunch of other people there. I kind of want to just go and work with. Everybody's going to Dubai to work with Larry, and that's great. That's fantastic. I kind of want to go and have my own time. You got our support as subscribers. Thank you. Um, yeah, I kind of want to go on my own time to Dubai. Um, I I feel like everybody feels like they can help Larry. It's true. I just, I kind of want my own time with him, and yeah, because he's a good dude, and I've been there since the beginning. We had our little super match or whatever 1 year in, and I would like to go have our another match, but I also want to spend some time with him. And I have a way of breaking down arm wrestling to people when I teach people and making it very simple. That's like I don't explain when I teach people arm wrestling, and people say I'm a good instructor or whatever. It's not because I'm saying anything like crazy, outlandish, or wild new concepts. It's that when I explain things, I make it really simple, and I use like basic words, and I make it so it makes sense. Right? I'm just good at that. I'm just good at making it make sense. And so I feel like people are making things really complicated when they're explaining things to Larry, and they're trying to use all these crazy terms and stuff that I don't think it needs to be that complicated. Oh, Chance Shaw in the chat. If you guys get a chance, if you guys get a chance, I know it was actually accidental. If you guys get an opportunity, Chance Shaw launched his YouTube channel a few weeks ago. So Chance is trying to get on that gravy train. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make a little money on YouTube. No, Chance is a great dude. He's actually #1 in Florida, right-handed. Fantastic guy. Guys, ass kicked by Devon just like I did. But that's my boy. So if you guys get a minute, go check out his YouTube channel. Subscribe. Like I said, Chance is going to Dubai to hang out with Larry. Not too long. So that should be some awesome content coming out on that channel. But like I said, Chance is #1 in Florida, right-handed, and I think he said, Chance, who else is going with you? You said Brad Grundy, right? That's his last name, Brad Grundy, and somebody else. Who is the other person? But either way, guys, the important thing about this is you're going to get to see, so you've seen Devon, you've seen like Michael Todd, you've seen pretty much the #1 top guys in the UK go out and arm wrestle with Awa and kind of Larry. Actually, did Kyle arm wrestle with Larry? I always saw him I always say Awa. Khalid. Sorry. Brad Grundy and his girl. Sorry. I just remember there was a third person. I didn't remember if it was your girl. So yeah. But now it's going to be nice because you're going to see people that are like at the same level as me, right? Around guys that are like top in their state and top in their area, going out there to arm wrestle with Khalid. Now, obviously, it's different styles. We're all built differently and stuff like that. But if you guys like, if everybody wants to know how it might look when I arm wrestle him, then you're going to see guys around the same level as me getting to arm wrestle with Khalid. So that'll be cool to watch and to see how they do. Chance also helps run the North American rankings. Then there's a committee he's on, and he helps head that up for the main rankings. For those of you guys that are watching that are from YouTube, is called In the Hook Rankings on Facebook. Look up In the Hook. I think it's all one word. In the Hook Rankings, and that's the main rankings that most people in the United States follow. Chance has been doing them by himself for a few years now, and it's been passed down. Some guy will do it for like 3 years, then he'll get tired of it and he'll pass it to someone else. He'll do it for 3 years and he'll pass it to someone else. So Chance has been doing it for a few years, and now it's a committee helping oversee it. Traditionally, it was always top 10, and now it's top 20 and stuff like that. So if you guys are ever wondering how the United States ranking system looks, check that out. It's just on Facebook, I believe. So John Milne started it, right, and then it got passed a few times down, right? Zach, so obvious. What's so obvious, Zach? So yeah, you guys check that out. I think they have me at like, what do you have me at? Like 18th, and I think I'm 18th or somewhere in there, like both hands or something like that. Which is whatever. There's guys I have to beat. There's guys above me who I'm pretty confident I just have to go beat to move ahead of them. But then there's also, I'm definitely totally fine being behind some of those guys for now. Not a big deal, not until I prove it. So it's okay. But yeah, that's for all you YouTubers that don't know the real rankings of the United States. Go check that out. Thumbnail OP. Yeah, like I said, guys, Lion Straps launching shirts. He hopefully starts selling them pretty soon. Like I said, this is my buddy, the guy I started my team with like 7 years ago. He's the owner of Lion Straps and creator. Started selling shirts. They're like the best straps you can get. Hopefully you pull one of the people above you soon. I do. Actually, I'm supposed to pull Ian Carnegie, and he's one rank above me. Can't wait to watch me compete. Yeah, I know, dude. It's like my next thing that's scheduled is Ian Carnegie, and that's in like 4 months, 4 or 5 months, which is okay with me. I mean, the thing that sucks about taking long breaks is that, like, for me, it's a head game. Oh, what's your weight and how many pull-ups can you do? Is pull-ups an indicator of how good you are at arm wrestling? And guys, give a like to the video, support his channel. Oh, thanks, man. Pull-ups. Man, my fat ass. Okay, so I'm 6'8", 348 pounds 2 days ago. That's what the thing said. 348 pounds, and let's see, from a dead hang. What did I do? The other day I was messing around at work with somebody, and I did 5 from a dead hang. I think I could have got a couple more out. They were gonna start getting ugly from a dead hang, but remember, my arms are crazy long. And they're like full extension pull-ups. So I think that's good. You know what? I think that's good for 350 pounds and having being 6'8". I'm not supposed to be doing throwing my body weight around. Now, are those good indicators of arm wrestling strength? It depends on your style, right? If they're not bad. I'll tell you that much. It's not bad. Pull-ups are great. Most people cite pull-ups as like one of the best lifts you can do. One lift that's great for your for just like general arm wrestling strength. If there was one lift, a lot of people say do pull-ups. For me, in my style of arm wrestling, I don't have a lot of lat drag because my arm is so long. Hey, regardless, you're a beast and you're doing good for the sport. Let's see some pulls. I'm trying, guys. There's no competitions going on, and I'm really bad at filming myself at practice. I'm sorry. It's just I'm always holding the camera, and so when someone asks me when I'm at practice, hey, let's arm wrestle, I just hop on the table, like, yeah, let's go at it, and I forget, like, I'm really bad at filming it. So I ordered a new tripod, and I'll carry around a tripod with me at practice with my phone on it, and then when I arm wrestle, I'll just set it on the ground, face it to the table, and you guys can see that. But most of my practice polling is like people using 2 hands and me just doing instructional stuff until I'm ready to put in work, and then it's people really using 2 hands really hard and me going through the motions and stuff like that. So it's not as exciting, guys. There's not a lot of really exciting arm wrestling going on. Oh, but what I was getting into, as far as like me competing, it's the thing that sucks about taking these big breaks, at least for me, I'm a head case, right? I like way overanalyze everything. I'm like crazy. When I'm sitting here in these long breaks, man, it does nothing but just stockpile, nerves and anxiousness. And so because you spend 6 months training for something, and now there's so much pressure on you to do well at this tournament you've been prepping for. It's like major because you're like, dude, I just wasted, I 6 months of me training. Like, if I don't win, like, what have I been doing? I just wasted 6 months of my training. Uh, so the more that these long gaps are a little bit harder as far as like nerves and stuff like that. So yeah, my match with Ian is still like 4 or 5 months away, and yeah, yeah. By the time that happens, I mean, I'm really strong right now, but I plan to be like even crazy stronger. Hopefully, and hopefully I can bring the best out of Ian Carnegie. Ian Carnegie is one of Devon Larratt's teammates. He used to be like number 2 in the club behind Devon, I believe. Ian's signed WAL contracted athlete. He's been taking a little break on a little hiatus lately, but he wants to come back. So we're having the match. I'm gonna be like kind of like his comeback match, so he has a reason to train. And he's ranked 1 spot above me, and he's a WAL athlete, so it's a good reason for me to arm wrestle him. And I have a lot of respect for Ian. He's done great things, and so it's exciting. It's a good chance for me to move forward, and I think it's a good match. And he's all inside. Ian's a big hook puller, and so I'm just deciding whether I want to hook him or not. But I'm not going to give that away. I can't give any tips. People are going to watch this and steal it. The Grippler, that's right. That's his nickname, the Grippler, Ian Carnegie. Get at Monster Mike would be a sick vid. Would you pull SB? SB. SB. Who's SB? SB. Who dat? Yes. First off, yes, I would pull SB. Don't even know who that is. I'm down. Oh, Schoolboy. Yeah, sorry. Duh. My bad. We're on YouTube. Schoolboy. Of course. SB. Schoolboy. Yeah, of course I would. Of course I would. Honestly, like, just besides the competitive nature and like me wanting to like arm wrestle Schoolboy and try to beat him, like I want to arm wrestle Schoolboy just because I don't know how well he understands English. I know he doesn't speak it as well as his brother, but like I don't know, man. I'm really impressed by the kid, and he's tall, and I naturally gravitate towards tall arm wrestlers and to watch their technique and to work with them. And there's not a lot of information out there with someone with really long arms to learn how to arm wrestle well and use it. He does really well with it, and I still think there's some cool stuff I could show him with his long ass arm and how to be a little more effective with it. So I'd love to work with Schoolboy, but yes, I'd love to arm wrestle with him. He's strong as shit, of course, and he keeps moving up, and yeah, so it would be awesome for me to arm wrestle with him. Seba says, how hard is it to make a living as an arm wrestler? Worth it if you're not a super heavyweight? Probably Schoolboy. Okay. Sorry guys, it lagged. Sorry, I'm back. Don't leave. Someone asked about becoming making a living off arm wrestling. Sorry, I know I remember it. So if you're talking about just doing it off winnings, if you are still like the number 1 guy in the world, and if you live in a cheaper country, then it's definitely possible to make a living arm wrestling, but you're not going to be balling by any stretch of the imagination. The biggest tournaments in the world is like 20 grand, and there's like 1 or 2 of those. And so in other countries where the cost of living is a lot cheaper, there's arm wrestlers that just win the big tournaments and then do like personal training and arm wrestling training and stuff, and then they make a living like that way. And then they'll get also paid by their government depending on how well they do in the tournaments. So that's a possibility to make money off arm wrestling that way as a competitor. Thank you. I appreciate you, John Berg. But right now I'm actually starting to make money with my online coaching I started doing, guys. I have a few people signed up for that. So I'm making a little bit of money arm wrestling or from arm wrestling coaching and stuff like that, which is awesome. But yeah, I mean, like Travis is making money off his name, right? So he goes around and puts on events and promotes. So if you're talking about making money off arm wrestling as an arm wrestler competitor, there's not a lot. If you have a big enough name, or nowadays if you're big on social media and stuff, then you can make money off your name. Hey, thanks. QZ. I don't know how to pronounce QZ. Thank you for telling them to like the stream. So yeah, it depends on how you're promoting yourself. Like Ryan Bowen obviously makes a living off it. He runs Pound for Pound and stuff like that, and his YouTube channel and his Instagram. He's pushing all that stuff, so he's able to make money off it, and this is his main source of income. Leroy, there he is. How tall are you, Derek? I'm 6'8". So yeah, but I'm starting to be able to make a little bit of money. And I got the Patreon, guys. If you guys want to support, the Patreon is for the channel. So I started a Patreon. I got three different tiers. There's like a $10 tier, 20, and a 50. Some people signed up. I have a few people signed up now, but that money is going straight back into the channel. So that way I can get better, like a PC and like better cameras and have way better footage for you guys. Because I really enjoy editing. I really do. I actually get into it, and I really want to put out better content. It's just with my daughter's private school and all this stuff, guys, I just don't have a lot of money. And because COVID, I got laid off one of my other jobs, so I only have one job right now in COVID, and so money's a little tight. And so I got the Patreon going. So hopefully I'm going to put that all back into a new setup. That's the plan with the Patreon. But yeah, the lessons and stuff are going well. There's people that have been asking me about lessons, and I'm waiting for them to sign up as well. Now, when I talk about my online coaching, I don't want to bother you guys with this. I don't want to plug it too hard. But the cool thing about the online coaching, the thing that's different about the way I'm doing it, guys, is that like I'm doing my best to be your arm wrestling coach via online. Meaning, it's not just me. I'm not just a strength coach. Like that's not. I don't have a huge background in that anyway. I mean, I have a background within arm wrestling, strength background, and training for arm wrestling. But as far as like, I don't have a huge powerlifting background and things like that. I've just tried a lot of stuff, and I've been to a lot of seminars, and I've tried a lot of different systems, and I know it works best for me and what I've seen best results in. And so I'm coaching strength that way. That way. But also, like if you sign up for like this online coaching stuff, then it's like I'm here with you. I want to watch all your table time, all your practices, all your tournament videos. We're going to work on your form, your technique. I'm going to help you with your rehab, your recovery, also your gym work. But see, the thing is, some people sign up and they like are super strong and have horrible technique. So they're going to see their biggest gains on the table initially, right? We'll still work on the gym. But then there's other guys that have amazing technique but are weak as hell, right? And so then we have to work on the gym. Then it's going to be about building horsepower and stuff like that, and ironing some of those out. So I'm really excited because I get to really apply all these things I've been working on for 10, 11 years now, and help somebody. And so I take it really serious, and it's really important to me that I want to see results with these guys. And so it's like these pet projects that I'm really trying to apply myself to, and to see help other people achieve these arm wrestling dreams, right, that I've had. So it's cool to see other people pushing for it, and people all around the world are signing up from way crazy places. So, yeah, this is a cool time for me. You know, Christmas coming up, so be able to buy my daughter better gifts. Well, yeah, what else? So people said stuff. How tall am I? 25 guys watching. I should pull some famous YouTubers. It would be good for your YouTube career. I know, right? I'm trying to find some people to arm wrestle with. I gotta get a big enough name where they'll accept, like, talk to me. You know what? I can go arm wrestle with Martins or something like that. Do you have any coaches, or are you learning as you go? I've let's see. When I started, I've been talking to Devon pretty much since I started. I've been the most annoying guy in the world to him since like my very first tournament I ever arm wrestled. He was down here. If you guys look at, it was called UAL Backyard Brawl. Devon pulled Travis Bage at this one. It's a really like corny clip where Travis pulls up in like a lifted truck or something like that, and Devon pulls up in a Ferrari, and they get out and they arm wrestle each other. Travis had this weird mustache thing going on. Irakli. Oh, I can't. I know who that is. I can't pronounce his last name right now. Dude, that guy is crazy strong. Hold on, I'll get on that. I'll get on that question in a second. But yeah, I've been Devon and them has been helping me ever since then. I got all his information in my first tournament there, and so he's kind of been helping me along because we're same length. Both we measured arms. We're like the exact same from tip of elbow to the tip of our fingers. We're the exact same length of arm. So I always like followed Devon as much as I could. But after that, I mean, I paid Ingen Terzi for a little while, for a few months, online coaching, and Ingen is like the man. Like as far as just what clicks for me the most, it would be Ingen's philosophies. But I've also like had extensive time talking to like Todd Hutchings, and like I said, I've been to seminars with everyone that have put them on. I mean, Mazarenko seminars, Travis Bage, a few Travis seminars. I've been to Rustam Babayev seminars. I've been to Dmitry Trubin did put on a seminar. The Mazarenko seminar was kind of a trip. He was talking about mitochondria and energy and cell like energy replacement and stuff like that, and your CNS. That's what his whole seminar was about, which is kind of crazy. I mean, it's not wrong. It's good shit. It was just like really scientific and like about the body and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. Um, but yeah, everybody had like these different approaches and stuff like that, and I just tried them all out, and I learned from experience. Okay, so these questions. Do I have any coaches? Okay, so Sirius asked me thoughts on. Don't want to butcher this name so bad. Irakli Zirakwashvili. Now he is light. He's a lighter weight Georgian arm wrestler. He's a world champion. I can't even think of the weight off the top of my head. He is strong as shit though. Dude, the guy is like curling. What was it? 100. I think he got up to 120 kg. So what is that? What's 120 times 2.2? How many pounds is that? So yeah, it's like what is it? 250, 260 somewhere in there. But there's he's doing partial curls with that. Crazy, wild, right? So like I want to say I'll beat him, but I mean, shit. I mean, from those videos, that bicep is crazy. Obviously, he's a world champion. He's a seasoned arm wrestler. I'm a lot bigger than him, and I have a lot of height and hand size and stuff like that. But, dude, I don't think I'd be the favorite. But I mean, I know what I'm doing enough now where I hope that just our angles and stuff alone and my know-how, and I'm not even if he is stronger than me, I don't think it'd be by crazy amounts. So maybe, but we'll see because Vrej Sadrakian is out here and so that's a world champion, but he was lighter, I believe. So anyway, I would love to find out. I mean, I feel weird predicting myself to lose to someone that light, but at the same time, he's amazing, right? So, dude, I don't know. We'd find out. I'm down though. The worst that can happen. I mean, I could break my arm, I guess, but the worst that can happen besides that is I lose. I mean that, whatever. Like it's not gonna kill me. So when people get afraid to arm wrestle people, it's kind of weird to me. Let's see. So after that, what's more painful, complete bicep tear or broken arm, and which injury heals faster? Well, I've never done either. But I think the bicep tear heals faster from the people I know that have done that. It also depends on you as a person and how well you heal and how much steroids you're running. But the arm break I think is like a minimum, and it kind of depends on the arm break because the arm break can break like crooked or jagged or straight, and it depends on how well they set it or if they have to do surgery. So yeah, it depends on the person, guys. I think the arm break is usually like 5 or 6 months of fucking nothing. Some people tear the bicep and they're kind of back within like a few months. So I think tearing a bicep is faster recovery. Let's see. Kyle does look scary, but I feel. All right, guys. Sorry. All right. Next time it disconnects, I'm switching off Wi-Fi and I'm going to data. Sorry, I promise. Next time it disconnects, I'll switch off Wi-Fi. So I was scrolling through the questions. Sorry. People were saying they think I can beat him. Let's see. This is your chance to prove something big, my dude. I'm trying, man, and I'm really pushing. And anybody that knows me, like in person, knows that this is all I do. Like I'm sure some of my teammates or people that know me are in the chat, and they'll tell you like it's kind of weird. All I deal is with this arm wrestling. Like it's like kind of my life. Daughter and arm wrestling. It's all I care about. That's it. I'm not a very complicated person. I just want to achieve some goals in the sport, and I don't want to quit until I do. Have you seen Alexi Voda has started training again? Would love to see the legend back at it. I have not seen current clips of Alexi training. Please, someone send me that. They're recent videos of Alexi, because I was at the match with Tim Bresnan when he came back, his comeback match, and I remember hearing about it. Right, I hear Alexi Voda's coming back. We're watching all these videos of him training. I'm excited. And then they match him up with Tim Bresnan, and I'm like, oh shit, because I knew, because I've talked to Tim. Tim is very hungry, and Tim wanted that match, and Tim wanted to be the guy to beat Alexi Voda. People compare Alexi and John Brzenk. They say Alexi maybe was the best ever, but either way, he's seen like up there. Alexi Voda, John Brzenk, Dennis Saplenka, like he's up there in the argument of like kind of best ever. And so when he was coming back, I knew that was gonna be a big deal. And I knew that he was going to overlook Tim Bresnan because Alexi would probably take a warm-up match. The fact that Alexi wasn't going straight back for Devon Laird or something like that, it means that he was probably taking Tim lightly as like, oh, okay, this is a good entry level super match. But I knew that Tim was training his ass off, and I had a feeling he was underestimating him. So it was in Vegas. So me and my boys drove out to Vegas, which is like a 3.5 hour drive for us. And I went all the way out there just to meet Alexei Voda, just to get a picture with him. Like, that's all I gave a fuck about. Sorry for cursing. That's all I cared about. And I got my picture. It's on my Facebook. I don't know if I put it on Instagram, but I got my picture with Alexei Voda. He lost his super match and he quit again right away. And I had a feeling. If he lost to Tim, he was gonna quit again, and he did. But I hope he's getting back into it. I mean, he should have stayed with it, man. You can't. That's a really high level to drop off for years and just jump right back into that. Like, come on, man. It's almost a little disrespectful to Tim, even if you are Alexei Voda, to think you're ready to jump all the way back in right there. I don't know. It was a good match. But Tim is amazing. Tim's amazing. Sorry, a bunch of people were posting questions and stuff like that. Yes, saw this, man. You're a better armor, so you can win. Yes, this is awesome. Repeat of you versus Larry. Yeah, I'll pull Larry whenever. I'd love to pull Larry. I want to work with Larry. It's just he's in Dubai, and there's no. Usually I would see Larry at the Fit Expos, and there's no Fit Expos right now, so I'm not seeing him very often. I came late. Which Kyle are you talking about? ET, we're talking about a guy named Kyle Hutchinson from the UK. And he's like one of the top arm wrestlers out there. He's a newer guy, but he's like really, really, really strong. And there's a video of him arm wrestling Khalid, which is Larry Wheels' buddy, and him beating Khalid, which is like he's like the first guy to really show a little domination on Khalid. So people were kind of tripping on it. And Devon wants me to arm wrestle Kyle, right? The guy from the UK. Tuba Joe, what's up? He posted a day going, oh, okay, AJ, Alexei Voda post on Instagram. Cool. I'll have to go check that out then. You versus Vitaly Letin in the future would be so badass. Two giants going at it, dude. So I've been to Worlds twice, where I flew to Malaysia, and that's these jerseys right here. That one was Malaysia, and this one was Budapest, I believe, or yeah, I might have them switched up. But I was on Team USA twice, and Vitaly Letin was there both times, so I got to see him. I got a picture with him and stuff like that, and that dude is scary. It's like he is what Schoolboy is going towards, like stylistically, the way they use their height and stuff, and that low hand, and it's all height. It's all like up and pulling backwards. Oh man, my forearm's starting to look jacked, y'all. No, but they're using their height very well. They don't tend to go inside almost at all. It's almost like bad if they do. And so like that is the optimal way to use your height, and I have so much respect for them because of it. It's amazing. Yeah, that just seems like scary to hold on to. Like there's so much up and backwards, like God. But and explosive too. And man, but I'm down. Like I said, all that can happen is I can lose, so or I can win. I didn't just predict myself over Vitaly. I'm just saying, maybe I'll win. Okay, so what else we got? Voda lost all his strength gains when he became a vegan and shaved off all his hair. Maybe he's only 40. Oh, Voda's only 40? Wow, he's not that old. He's only 5 years older than me. Breslin has that farmer strength. Breslin does have that farmer strength and some other stuff, crazy stuff going on, for sure. Like he had if you watch some videos, you'll see he has a big like scar right here. He had torn his bicep tendon, and then they moved it up his arm and reattached it up here, the thick part. I guess apparently they cut off the thin end of it and moved it up and reattached it up here. So he has natural like ton of bicep drive. Tim does, and he has like the strongest fingers and wrist that does not go backwards I have ever felt in my life. And I've arm wrestled some of the top guys in the world, and nobody has a wrist or fingers like Tim. It's insane. It's crazy. It's the wildest thing I've ever seen. That's why Devon, before my match with Tim Bresnan, there's an old video of me with a super match with Tim Bresnan. I got my ass kicked, obviously, but he had like these fingers, man. It was wild. And it's kind of funny because just so everybody knows, with my match with Tim Bresnan, my match with John Burzink, and my match with Devon Larratt, none of them did I seek out. I didn't start any of those. They were all offered to me, all these matches. They asked me, and I was like, yeah, dude, I'll arm wrestle the best guys like of all time. Why not? So people will talk shit about me being like overzealous or like, what does he think he thinks he's on their level? No. I was down to try, and I'm not going to say no to have a super match with like the best guys ever. And so I tried. I don't know. That's all it is. It was local. It wasn't too far because Tim was flying out here for some some other thing. I forget what it was. And so they're like, "Hey, Tim's in." Am I always chewing gum? I'm not chewing gum right now, but in a lot of videos, I'm realizing I do chew gum a lot. But Tim was flying out here for something else, and they said, "You want a match?" I said, "Sure, let's do it." John was they were trying to throw together an event in Arizona, and randomly they're like, "Hey, we need someone to pull John. Would you want to come out here and arm wrestle him?" I'm like, "Sure." And then Devon hit me up. He's like, "Hey, I'm in Vegas. Let's have this match." And I'm like, "All right, like let's fucking do it." So yeah, I wouldn't be calling them out, not yet, but hopefully pretty soon. Um, President has a farmer strength. It would be definitely cool to hear your input on how much stronger Larry might be. I don't know, like I don't know. Larry is very big and strong and kind of mechanical in his movements. I think that it needs to be simplified a little bit. When you talk to Larry, he looks you like this, and he listens to everything you say, and so it he's giving you his undivided attention when he talks to you. It's almost like not intimidating, but it's like it's a lot, and but it's like I think he has some about implementing what they're telling him. It's like sectional, right? You're like, man, you got to work on your wrist, so all wrist. No, you got to use your chest too, all chest. You got to use your wrist and your chest, wrist. Like wrist. Like it doesn't seem to be coming together like fluidly, right? And I feel like it's the way people are kind of helping him out and the way they're describing things to him and the way they're coaching him is kind of steering him that way. So that's why I kind of really want to work with him because I feel like I can make it make sense big time for Larry. But who knows? Maybe Coach Ray's going out there, Chance, everybody's going out there, and hopefully they can. Me along with everybody else in the arm wrestling community and all Larry's fans, we all want to see Larry succeed. We'd all love to see him take off in arm wrestling and do well. Obviously, I mean he's strong and he's putting out crazy videos still. He's not putting out videos of him doing like arm wrestling lifts specifically, besides the strict curl. So I don't know how much stronger he's getting as far as that goes. I know he's still leaving his hand out there a little exposed, so I don't know. I really can't tell you how much stronger he is because I haven't felt him. You see, okay, Kyle's big old drumstick, a crowbar, man, you're always chewing gum. Any advice on being explosive on the ready go? My regular training partner has like 100 pounds on me, and if we slow pull, I can win like 1/3 of the time. But on ready go, I have no chance. Wait, so he's 100 pounds heavier than you, and in a ready go, he destroys you. But if you slow pull, you can beat the 100 pounds heavier guy. That's kind of weird. That's kind of rare. Most time, like it's not that way. Most time, the smaller guy depends on the speed to win, and the bigger guy gets the slow pull wins usually. Yeah, so you want to take some steam off his hit. I guess that's your point. If that's your point, then I would say the straps helps take some steam off the hit, and because get him to load up in the setup before you say go. It's easier to handle a car going from 80 miles an hour to 100 miles an hour rather than getting them to go from 0 to 100 and trying to catch all that, right? So in the setup, if you can get them to really start going with you and grinding, then you have a better feel for what direction he's going and how much pressure he's putting out, and then you can kind of adjust better, and it won't be as fast of a hit if you can get him really revved up, right? So those are some tips. Also, I'd have to see more. I'd have to see how he's pulling you, how you're pulling him, what your tendencies are. Are you inside? Are you outside? Is he inside? Is he outside? Is he a big guy? Like tall? Is he small? There's a lot that goes into it. It's not a really basic answer. Those are some like simple tips though. Sorry, I couldn't give you more. Let's see. Stupid thing. Okay. As far as being explosive, look up ballistic lifting. Those are pretty good. They're best done with rubber bands, but basically ballistic lifts are really explosive lifts with a lot of resistance. Best done with bands. Ballistic lifts, I think, are great for arm wrestling. It's just really explosive lifting with rubber bands. Didn't Toddzilla start like at 35 years old? You have plenty of time to be a legend in arm wrestling, Derek. Thanks, you. I appreciate that. Yeah, he did start older. I don't know exactly how old, but yeah, it was definitely around there. He also barely leans at all. He seems to have a lot of trouble using his body weight and staying tight at the same time. Oh, you're talking about with Larry. Yeah, he's a little mechanical in his movements. Didn't Brezin beat Voda when he was in his 50s or late 40s? It's never too late to become the best. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all the motivation. You already are in my eyes. Thanks, serious. I appreciate that, man. How was your hit, Derek? Do you have a good start? I tend to go for I don't hit for pins. I still view arm wrestling as a hit for position is what a lot of how arm wrestlers call it. So I know what I kind of need to get to beat this guy, or have a general view of it, and how to tire him out and this and that. And so my hit is like, depending on the person I'm going against, but I don't hit for the pin pad generally. I hit for hand position or shoulder and body alignment position. So if I'm hooking, for instance, then I'm hitting to get you outside your shoulder and onto your bicep, right? Or if I'm top rolling you, then I'm hitting to take your hand some way, somehow bend your hand backwards, control the match, separate you, So it's like, it kind of depends, but I don't hit to the pin line, if that's what you're asking. I kind of hit for position and control. And then the position and control tend to lead to pins at a higher percentage. Yeah, if you get on his fingers. I want to see Toddzilla and you supermatch. I just talked to Todd like 2 days ago on the phone for about a half hour. He don't want none of this. I would love to pull Todd. It's such like I want to pull a serious Todd. Like if you guys look at my Instagram, there's videos of us at practice. I want to see what a serious Todd feels like. Like, because I know I'm not judging off what went on in practice because I was whooping his ass at practice, but it's practice. So I want to see, like, I want to really feel Todd, and I'm a lot stronger than I was then, and I know that's not Todd like full on Todd, and I want to feel like Todd ready and see what that's like, and so I know. I mean, I have a general feel for what it's gonna be like. You know what I mean? I think I'll still get his wrist. I think I can still take his wrist, but it's just gonna be a lot of this like wah, yeah, and just opening up type of shit. But I don't know. It'd be fun to experience. I wonder if I have something for him. I'll never predict myself over a legend ever. I will try my hardest and stuff like that, but I don't know. It's like I get hype and I get believing in yourself, but it's almost, like I said, I care so much about the sport, and I care so much about the community that it's almost disrespectful in my eyes to downgrade and predict yourself above like world champions and stuff like that, or legends of the sport, when they've like dedicated so much of themselves to getting where they're at, and just to be like, I'm gonna disregard 15 years of them owning the whole world. Yeah, I got him. I'll whip his ass. I don't know. It's just like, it's a little disrespectful to me for all the things they've achieved and all the work they've put in. I'll just say, I'll take the match and I'll do my best. Now, what's going on here? How much confidence I have? Like, obviously, if I took a match, I would have some idea that I can win it. But yeah, I don't know. I have too much respect for the things they've done. So I don't. Can you beat John Brzezinski? Can you beat this person? Like, dude, I'll never tell you yes, 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 or anything like that, because like I have way too much respect for those guys. Let's see. Derek, when I go to Dubai, I feel like you'd make more money too, because of the hype around you and Kyle, and seeing how far Larry Wheels has progressed since he first went against you. Yeah, I know. I don't have enough money to fly to Dubai. It's like thousands of dollars, and I'm strapped, guys. COVID, I lost a job. I got laid off one of my other jobs, so I only have one job right now, and it's like I'm making a little money off arm wrestling now, though. Check out that Patreon, guys, and if you guys are interested in online coaching, let me know. Or YouTube. Just keep watching the YouTube videos. I'm 6'1", 180 pounds. He's 6'3", 330 pounds plus or something. He's real new, though, so I have the technique advantage. Pretty much the only reason I have a chance, I would imagine. What technique? Like, there's a lot. Like, that's like a really big... That's like me in chess saying, oh, yeah, I got the technique advantage. Like, what do you mean? There's like 1,000 pieces and moves you could do. Like, what are you talking about? The technique. There's not a technique. There's like a million of them. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of specifics. Really, if you really want to get into this and me to help you with that match, find me on Instagram, man. AWDerek, AWDEREK. On Instagram, message me. Send me some clips you guys arm wrestling. We can really get into this, and of course I'll help you out. Like, anybody that messages me, I'll help you guys out for sure. It's just going to be a lot to handle in this chat. Thoughts on Eric Spoto? Eric Spoto is very powerful, great dude, lives in Vegas, not too far. I would love to have a match with Eric Spoto. He's a good buddy of mine. I'm not afraid to arm wrestle Eric Spoto at all. I don't care what Devon says. So, but Eric was, getting into it. He's still trying to gain some experience as far as like competitive polling. if Eric goes like and starts moving, like there he is a freight train. That guy is scary strong offensive. He will throw your body over the arm wrestling table. He's so strong when he starts moving and going. Now, that doesn't mean he's unbeatable in my eyes, right? And you guys also got to remember one thing: when Mike and Devon, when they arm wrestle people, especially at practice, both of their moves that they let people work on is here. So they let anybody pry on their arm, right? When you arm wrestle Devon or Mike, they're amazing. They're the best guys in the world, or some of them. But like they let you pry, they let you do your thing, they let you get into your strongest move and just fucking pry on their arm. So to them, if you're an offensive guy, then you feel amazing because they're not testing your all around table abilities and stuff like that. And also like, yeah, and then you feel amazing when you arm wrestle them. I've done the same thing, right? So because they let you get there, you're prying on them. You're like, dude, you feel great. You're like, man, I was really giving it to him. Like I almost pinned him, and his arm was out there. But you gotta remember, that's their move. They let you get there. Now, at no point were you really close to pinning them, right? In a serious match where they were taking it dead ass serious. And I'm not talking about just Eric here. Like I said, I got a ton of respect for Eric. He's a great dude. But I'm saying, like, guys, don't judge videos too hard off Devon and Michael arm wrestling people in King's moves. It's not a great indicator of where they're at all, right? Just because it's practice and they let you do what you want. So keep that in mind when you judge off those videos a lot, right? They're just being defensive and letting you work. So, and there's videos of me pinning them at practice, and I know it don't mean shit. I mean, obviously, you guys saw what happened when Devon lets me get what I want and lets me pry, and I can pin him at practice. And then there's videos of Devon not letting me get what I want, and I couldn't pin him. So, like, it's yeah. Where was that? Oh my gosh. Woo! Questions starting to come in quick. All right. Thoughts on Eric's Bodo. Overall, feel it would bring tons of exposure to your channel. I think it would if I went to Larry. I agree. So on a slow pull, I can attack his hand, but ready to go, he gets the hook before I can do anything about it. I'll try to get him to load more and see if that helps. Okay, awesome. Let me know how that goes. Please message me on Instagram. Let's talk about this, man. I'll help you out. Me versus Lachlan. Lachlan Adair. Lachlan is a very, very strong puller. I would love to do that match. Lachlan... I would love to pull Lachlan. I would love to pull Lachlan. People have asked me a few times about that match. I would like that match. I'll say that much. And I have respect for Lachlan. He's a nice dude, nice enough dude, and we've talked. And yeah, I don't want to hate. I'm not that guy. You guys, if you're trying to get me to sit there and nag on why I think I could or could not beat someone or their problems, like I don't know. You know, I think I would love to pull him. Obviously, I think I could do something with it. And, yeah, respect to Lachlan, and let's set that up. On the table, though, I'll be way more aggressive. I swear, guys. The day of, like, I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. So, let's see. Oh, my gosh. Do you use Armbet app? Yes, I'm all over the Armbet app. My team is blowing up with new guys from Armbet still. It's crazy. Like, almost half my team right now is, like, Armbet guys. It's crazy. You should get into boxing. Your farms are huge. I bet you could punch. Yeah, no, that hurts my elbows, dude. I'm a bouncer, right? And so I get in fights and stuff sometimes. And when I swing, especially if I miss, the amount of pain in my elbows from trying to punch people and stuff, when you, like connecting, it's not that bad. But when you miss, it murders my elbow. I remember like I was in a fight, and I threw a punch, and like I missed, or it was like a jab, right? I popped the jab at somebody, and I snapped it. I snapped my arm really hard, and my elbow was like screaming because I threw it hard because I really wanted to hit the guy. And yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. Plus, I'm gigantic and kind of slow in a fight. I just grab people and throw them around. Internal rotation from arm wrestling. These hands get on you in a fight, in your shirt, like it's kind of over, especially if you're drunk. How does Devon's wrist feel? Is it very strong? Yes, Devon's wrist is strong. Like, Devon is super strong. It's just the thing that stands out the most when you arm wrestle him is just like a feeling of like, okay, you play chess or you play like video games or something where you get to the point where you're just like, I have no moves left. You're like, I got nothing left. I can't go left. I can't go right. It's like checkmate. You know what I mean? Like they don't actually kill the king, but you're like in checkmate. You can't go up, down, left, right. He kind of puts you in that situation, and you're just like, damn it. Like it's just hard to hold on to. Yeah. And so it's like one of two options, right? You either got to somehow get as much experience as Devon and try to be smarter than him, which good luck, or you got to be Denis Saplenkov strong and grab him around the wrist and say fuck all your games and pin him. It's kind of one of the two, right? Or have a king's move. There you go. I guess have that. That's option number 3. Let's see. Oh, I'm scrolling back up. Damn it. Hi Derek. Hydro. Thanks for tuning in, man. Would you ever consider moving to a new area to get stronger training partners like Vegas or Pennsylvania? If Devin Larratt really moves to Vegas, I'm going to frequent Vegas. I won't move there because my daughter's out here and I'm not with her mother, but I will frequent Vegas. I'll tell you guys that. I'm talking like twice a month or something. I'm heading. I will buy a car that gets better gas mileage, and I will. It's like 3.5 hour drive, easy. I'm out. I'm out there for sure. You should put the link of your Patreon in the description. Oh, I should. It's just patreon.com/AWDEREK, guys. If you guys want to help me out and help out the channel, it's literally all going to the channel and getting better equipment. Check out the Patreon, please. Okay, it disconnected this time, and I took it off Wi-Fi. See, I immediately lost like 6 people watching. Damn it. All right, so it's off Wi-Fi. I'm on I'm on regular data. That's it. All right, sorry guys. So I'll get back to these questions. I told you guys next time it disconnected, I'm going to regular. You should put a link in your Patreon. Cool. Do that. 35. Who's big in Pennsylvania? I'm just curious because I live out here. I'm only the Philly Arm Wrestling Club is famous. Not really many people to be known, to be honest. I don't know Philadelphia arm wrestlers too well. There's definitely people out there though. That's huge. That area. Just go on. You can go on armfighter.com and they have a list of the teams. Armfighter.com. Find your local team and search in there, and you'll see all the Pennsylvania arm wrestlers and their contact info. You're 100% right, Derek. Thank you. 35. I can't believe it. I know, right? Don't I look so young, guys? Woo! All my jobs are at night. Like, I've always worked at night. I've always worked graveyard shift. So I kind of stay out of the sun, and I had a baby face always anyway. So, yeah. Trying to look young. Thank you so much for the compliments. What do you think of the match between Corey West and Dave Chafee? Dude, Corey's my boy. Dave's awesome, too. I've talked to Dave. So much respect for Dave Chafee. Corey was in that match. I mean, I know Corey tore his bicep. But Corey was in it, you guys. Dave normally walks through everyone. Like, not a problem. He gets a hold of you and just kind of leans back. But, like, I don't know if you guys saw, he leaned and it stopped. And Dave, even, like, I think it even struck Dave like it's odd. Dave actually had to stand up and adjust and, like, tighten up and start getting into it. Because Corey is a fucking monster. And Corey is my boy, and he had enough. He was in that match. He was in that match before his bicep blew. I don't care what you say. Any arm wrestler saw it, is that he had enough to stop him. He made Dave Chafee stand back up and have to readjust and restart surging. And it was serious. That match was going to be a serious match. If it wasn't for that injury, I know Corey started opening up and stuff like that, but guys, it wasn't that big of a difference. It's left-handed. I know Dave's dominant right mostly, but still, like, my boy Corey was in there. My boy Corey was in there. So, hell yeah. Dude, that was big. Before he tore his bicep, that was like, I was hyped. Good job, Corey. And then Corey came back and beat Wayne Withers, who's like, that's the match I want. I recommended that match. They offered me that match with Corey West, and I said, guys, get a hold of Wayne Withers. I'm not going to take a match with Corey West with 1 week notice. But I was like, ask Wayne, and Wayne took it with 1 week notice. So Wayne took a super match with 1 week notice, which is like, no time to prep. But, so kudos for Corey for winning. But, yeah, dude, that was a match I was waiting to see, and that was way more one-sided than I expected. Wayne's a good buddy of mine. I haven't really talked to him about the match yet, though. But, yeah, that was a good match, right-handed. After Corey already tore his left bicep, he went and beat Wayne. Yeah. Lachlan or Toddzilla, who do you think will win? Toddzilla. For that amount of money, guys, that they're talking about putting up, if that actually goes down, Todd, I know everybody's been saying this kind of the same thing, but dude, like, okay, to predict that Lachlan is going to beat Todd, first off, like I talked about earlier, is, I don't want to say, like, dude, Todd has walked that walk 1,000 times. Like, to say you hope Lachlan wins, like, that's cool. But to predict that Lachlan is going to beat Todd is kind of weird a little bit to me. Like, what track record, what facts have proven this? You know what I mean? And like I said, I like Lachlan. He's a very strong guy, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, it's weird to bet against that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's not possible at all. I'm just saying if you're asking me who I think is going to win, I have to go with Todd. It just makes too much sense to me. And to I've seen what Todd can do, like first person, traveling with him and stuff like that. When he's ready and he's full board, he's all out. It's like he's beating Sasho, he's beating Krasimir, he's beating these people. And to think like, and that's inside. Those are inside pullers. And Lachlan's going to go inside with Todd. And to think that Lachlan is stronger than Krasi and Sasho and all them doesn't make sense to me right now. If he is, awesome. Kudos to Lachlan. I just won't. I wouldn't bank on that. I wouldn't predict it that way. Sorry. Dominic, don't drink Kool-Aid. Toddzilla would destroy Lachlan. Devon is a step ahead of you. Yes, he is. It's funny that people ask that. Have you ever tried or are you interested in getting maybe a TAL super match? My match with Ian Carnegie is supposed to be a TAL match. So, yes, I'm interested. Is that a likely thing? Will Devon move to Vegas? This is the first I'm hearing of it. I need to get on Vegas Craigslist. I will 100% move there to have a shot at learning from him. He's mentioned it a few times in some of his videos. Like, I got to move here. I'm going to move here. He keeps saying that. And I joke around with him about it. And he's like, always giving me like this look. But I know his family's up there in Canada and stuff like that. So I don't know. But if that's true, if it happens, man, I'm in Vegas a lot. Devon Lair is the GOAT. Devon Lair is one of the GOATs, for sure. Who would you say is the top three at the moment? Top three arm wrestlers in the world. I'm assuming you're talking about right hand because no one gives a shit about left hand. And so right-handed top three at the moment is Michael Todd. I'm one of the few people that think Michael Todd can beat Levon. So, yeah, Michael Todd, Levon. I want to say Vitali. Because that makes sense, right? But then something in my head tells me that I think Jerry Caderet can beat Vitali Ledin. Guys that aren't, for those of you watching that are not arm wrestlers, styles make matchups. That's a saying, a very common saying in arm wrestling. Styles make matchups. So the fact that Vitali is about taking that wrist and Jerry will just say, fuck my wrist, and just start pushing down, like, Jerry's a horrible matchup for Vitali. That's why a lot of top people that are predicting matches talk about Jerry versus Vitali, because that's not a good matchup for Vitali. But Vitali is young and explosive and shit like that. And so I want to immediately say, like, you know, Vitali number 3. But then I just keep thinking, like, man, Jerry could beat him. But then there's a bunch of other people that can beat Jerry, right? Man. So do I say that the best bet is Dave Chafee? Okay, I think I'll say Dave Chafee. God, I'm such a Vitali fan, too. I just think that I think I'll say Dave Chafee at number 3. Yeah. So I think Michael Todd will beat Levon, and Michael obviously beats Dave. So I put Mike as number 1, Levon number 2, Dave Chafee number 3. Personally, that's just me. Yeah. I just like, because if it's not Dave, then who else, right? Right? Okay, so at least the argument would be if it's not Vitali, then it's Vitali or Dave, right? So it should be Michael and Levon, arguably number 1, 2. Vitali should be right after that, and then after that is pretty much, I think it's common knowledge, it would be Dave, right? Those are the 2 interchangeables right there. So, oh, Devon. Devon doesn't put himself at top 3 right now. So, Elite. Oh, hey man. First off, Elite B Patch. I'm a huge Devon fan. Devon's my boy. He's one of my really close friends. I know exactly what I'm talking about, but Devon's right now not as big as he has been. He's not as powerful as he has been. Some of these guys have the really sharp hits. They're on crazy amounts of steroids, and they're hitting really hard, and Devon will admit he's not ready to face them. So that's not like me making that up. So it's awesome that you believe Devon is number 1. Devon is number 1 in my heart, but not really on the table not right now. Not that he can't be. Not that if he wanted to, he couldn't be, but just not currently, not right now. Sorry, so scrolling down. Is it possible to grow your hands and wrists through training, not taking growth hormone, just natural? I did this the other day. I was showing people this, right? So when I first started arm wrestling, my thumb could cover my middle fingernail when I went around my wrist. I remember I could cover my middle fingernail with my thumb. Ugh. So that's like an inch, right? And I've never touched growth hormone. So my big ass gained an inch. Now, I'm a lot fatter though. So I gained like a 70 pounds. So I started arm wrestling. There's that. But also, there's a lot of tendons and ligaments in there. So I think it might have got a little thicker from just the constant wrist work and stuff like that in here. A little thicker maybe. But I don't know. So I know I've gained like an inch over 11 years of nonstop wrist work and forearm movements and arm wrestling. And in nights where you don't sleep and everything hurting for your entire life and questioning all your decisions. Yeah, I got an inch of wrist, which didn't really do shit for me. So let's see. Sorry, people have been commenting crazy. How do you compare to Corey West? Corey, if there was a gambling thing in Vegas, Corey would have the odds of winning, for sure. I would love to pull Corey and find out. I see Corey as the group of people I place myself in. I think Corey is the front runner in that group, but I feel like I'm in that group. So I'd love to find out. I'd love to find out. I know he's definitely the favorite, though, to hardcore arm wrestlers. To you YouTube guys, most of them, I'm the favorite. And that's why I love you guys. What if Devon beats Jerry? Is he top 3? When I'm talking about the top 3 things, I'm just talking about who would beat the most people. Like who would dominate the most people. And I think that Devon will lose to more people than Dave will lose to. Right now. Disappointing left-hand comment. Oh, I don't really hate left-hand, man. I'm right-handed, but my left has always done way better. I got 11th at Worlds and 9th at Worlds left-handed. Like, my stupid left is always doing better than my right hand. So I definitely don't hate left-handed arm wrestling at all. Jerry's a truck. Yes, he is. Then there's Elite saying how Devon's the man and asking who I am. I'm Derek. You're on my YouTube channel, man. That's Derek Smith. That's me. Devon is less. Bro, Devon is in the top 3. You were on crack. Jerry is so weird. He seems so underground, and then boom, he pops up out of nowhere and crushes people. Yeah, he's awesome, dude. He's a world-class arm wrestler elite. Who the hell are you? Aw, thanks, James. I thought they had a match coming up or talking about it. My brain might be making that up, though. I didn't know if he's already won. Devon didn't even put himself in the top 5. Thanks, James, for backing me up on that. He's the GOAT. I feel you. Thanks, Elite. Man, nobody ever admits that, like, oh, all right. Jerry's crazy snake tongue. That's a Jabba the Hutt tongue, guys. That's not a snake tongue. Wabba chaba baba. When he's eating... Jerry Cataract, it's a Jabba the Hutt tongue. That's how I see it. Jerry's awesome. Jerry, if you're watching this, I love you. But it's a Jabba. That's just what I see, because he's so red, and he's so thick in the neck, and then that tongue starts coming out and just getting everywhere. And I could say that because I'm fat. If you guys aren't fat, you can't laugh at that joke. Devon just had the blood clot, so he's probably on the downslope for a while. Yeah, that's true. He is just hanging out at home, man. He is not doing too much right now. Devon is smarter with his cycles, LOL. What do you think is the best way to grow the sport in countries where it's not very popular? I think arm bet's great. I think just word of mouth. That's where it all starts, you know? Getting out there, putting arm wrestling in front of people, in front of businesses, in front of places, and getting interest in it. I'm a big fan of putting arm wrestling in front of places, in front of people. Let people see it. Let people ask questions about it. Let people get involved. And then networking, and then arm bet and growing and questions, and that's how it that's the way I've seen it grow internally. And that's the best way, because then it's like there's more heart into it when it's done by the arm wrestlers, not by promoters, not by people with money who really in the end don't care about the sport. When it's done by arm wrestlers and people that love the sport, then it's more real to me, in my experiences. Oh man. Without calling anyone out, LOL, how juiced do you think the majority of arm wrestlers are? The majority of arm wrestlers, guys, okay, if you start talking about top level, like elite level arm wrestlers, then the percentages are very high. If you're talking about your average arm wrestlers, it's not very high. I mean, yeah, like on my team, okay, we'll go there. On my team, we'll say on my roster, I have like 55 people. And and they're all arm wrestlers, competitive arm wrestlers. There's probably like four people that have taken like testosterone, and they're not even taking anything crazy. It's like just basic testosterone. It's not like growth hormone and all this crazy shit. Like it's not that common in normal arm wrestlers, guys. When you get to the top level, then yeah, mostly all those guys are on. But yeah, your average guys, all your amateurs. I mean, there'll be some guys on amateurs, don't get me wrong, who are running some shit, but you can kind of see them, and they generally go to the pro bracket really soon, or open bracket. But yeah, you guys don't really see common like a lot of steroids until you start getting near like the top of pro classes and open classes. The guys that are going to win those, that's when it starts becoming more prevalent, and you start seeing it more often. Oh man, here we go. Who's Kyle? Kyle is Hendrickson. Kyle Hendrickson. He's from the UK. He's one of the strongest guys out there. He just beat Khalid, Larry Wheels' homeboy, and so people are talking about him. And Devon wants me to arm wrestle him. That's what we were talking about earlier. Do grippers for wrists? Sure. Who in the WL top 5 do you think you have the best chance against? WL top 5. Who's WL top 5? That's Mike, Devon, Dave, Jerry, Matt, or who's the other? Who's number 5? You guys tell me who number 5 is. And probably the number 5 guy. I don't know who it is, but I'm guessing the number 5 guy. I'm about to log off, and I'll see you this Sunday. Oh, Alex. Also, just so this is in record and in writing, if you keep working as you are now, you'll be one of the best. Thanks, Alex. That means a lot. Alex De La Torre, you guys scroll up and you see his comment. Alex is one of the guys that runs the Los Angeles team with Vosgen Segoyan. Alex has been arm wrestling a long time. He's one of my really good buddies. He comes out to my practice, which is about an hour and a half drive every like 2 or 3 weekends. He'll come out. Great, fantastic arm wrestler. He won the California State Championships right-handed. Alex is a beast, and nothing but respect for him. It's my boy for sure. Are you going to attend Zloty? Yes, Dream Tournament. There you go. One of my bucket list tournaments for sure. I wanted to go this year, and then COVID ruined everything in all of our lives. So, but yes, definitely plan to attend Zloty. I want to do the Arnolds a couple more times. I want to do Zloty. And then I've kind of done all of them. There was like a Mike Gould Classic. I would love to do that if they do that again. I'd love to be on a WL stage, I guess. So there's a few tournaments that are kind of cool. But yeah, Zloty is like, since I got into the sport, man, the guys with the yellow shirts, those tournaments with the yellow shirts, man, that's the shit. I want to get on that tournament. Derek, you ought to come here to Arkansas at some point and meet up with me, and you can pull Corey while you're here. Yeah, I'd love to go out to Arkansas and practice with Mike and pull with Corey and hang out with people. Really, it's just like getting time off work and the money, man. Hopefully this YouTube thing takes off. I get super famous. I got so much money from arm wrestling, I don't know what to do with it. And then I'm like, Devon, man, I'm flying around everywhere and just arm wrestling people. And I'm changing hairstyles every time you guys see me. And I'm looking crazy. I'm getting tattoos on my fingers. Like, I want to do that, man. That's like the goal, right? But it has to make sense. I just can't do it right now. So that's the goal, though. Oh, man, there's so many questions. What do you think about Saplenkov? Do you think he'll be back? I hope so. Denis Saplenkov is a legend, and we still don't know how strong he is, especially left-handed. Does anybody know how strong Denis Saplenkov is left-handed? No, because no one's tested him and really given it to him. So, like, yeah, I'd love to see him actually, someone test him and really get close to him. Who was it that said just bring a table out in public area with a lot of traffic? I've been saying that for years. I've literally made videos about that years ago. So yeah. Thanks, Tim. Lion straps rule. They do. There's Lorenzo Munoz. He's one of the guys that runs my team. My best friend. You guys get a chance, follow Lorenzo. Sounds right. Do you think it should be regulated? The steroid thing? Yeah. I think people like to see the big steroid guys go at it. I think it's really expensive, guys. That's why it doesn't happen more often, because each test is like $250 to run a single steroid test. So it's not something that's really simply done. That's why usually they test like the top 3 guys. They don't test everyone because it just costs too much money. But yeah, dude, as far as us getting in the Olympics and stuff, we'd have to clean up our sport. But it's just like, dude, everybody's hosting tournaments. Joe Schmo down the street just wakes up one morning. He's like, I'm going to have an arm wrestling tournament, and I'm going to get my buddy's business to put up 10 grand for the winner. Now, that guy is not going to test shit. He doesn't give a fuck about testing steroids. So he's going to have an event, and everybody's going to show up. And so there's a lot of events that aren't tested that give out money. And then as far as viewers, like WL and all those, they like seeing crazy looking dudes arm wrestle, right? And so, yeah, we're gonna test. They don't really test, man. They don't care about that. They want to see some beasts up there having heart attacks on the table. Woohoo! That's what they want to see. Okay, scrolling down. Do you think you reckon you'd be able to catch a hit from Vitali at your current level? This is my last question. I've asked too many. A hit from Vitali, I'm assuming he's doing his normal hit, which is up and out and blasting backwards. And I'm going to say, hell no, I can't catch that hit. Moving forward. Todd Hutchings, probably Hutchings. Oh, Hutchings, number 5. I think my best chance to be with Hutchings. Out of the top 5. Yeah, I'd love to pull Todd. And like I said, I won't place myself as the favorite, but Todd would be the guy out of those 5 that I would choose to have a match with. Or Devon again. I want to beat him. I want to beat him so bad. Dave left the WO. Oh, yeah. I guess Dave Chafee doesn't count, huh? Because he left now? I don't know. Did Devon re-sign his contract yet? Because I heard his contract was up, too. Anyway. Barbosa. Yeah, dude. I want to pull Marcio. That seems scary. He's really explosive, but I want to pull him. I've never grouped up to him. I know he's insanely strong and he knows what he's doing and he's the phenom and this and that, but I don't know. I don't think he has a very big hand. I don't think. I know he's crazy strong. I just want to feel it. I'd love to pull with Marcio and just kind of see what it feels like. Tim Breslin is number 5 on the In the Hook rankings. Yeah, no, they're talking about WAL rankings, not In the Hook rankings. Are you and Chance really going to Dubai, or was that just a joke? Chance is really going. I'm going to go eventually. It's definitely not a joke. I'd love to see Breslin in WL. Schoolboy. David, why did you just join up and say Schoolboy? Like, what was that in reference to? Schoolboy! Woo! Yeah, those yellow shirts, baby. See, John knows what I'm talking about. Tim Morgan says, I really want to see Eric Spoto pull Corey West in like 6 months or something. I feel like both of those guys are right there on the outside of the top 5. Oh, God, that scares me. That matchup sounds awesome. It scares the crap out of me, man. I just worried about Eric more than anything. And actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm worried about Corey now. If Corey's biceps are susceptible to tearing, and Eric is huge and so powerful and so much more powerful than his own body, like, and it's going to be bicep versus bicep, and it's going to be these big tanks driving. Dude, the odds of injury in that match are so high. Like, I don't think I watch. I don't think I could watch. I think I'd be like, I'd be hiding. I couldn't. There's no way I could watch it just like straight up. I'd have to be hiding, like a scary movie or some shit. Just because of styles, it would scare the shit out of me. For NA anyway. Oleg and Dennis in their primes, which always a fascinating match. Oleg versus Dennis in their primes. Oleg Zoke, and you're talking about left hand. That's not even close. Wait, you talk Oleg Zoke versus Dennis Plenkov left-handed? That's not even. Nah. Nope. Dennis would grab him about his wrist and ease him over in a dad move. Oleg's amazing, but not even in the same conversation there, sir. Were you the strongest in school class in arm wrestling? I didn't arm wrestle in school. I was a basketball player and I didn't really care about it. I remember though when I did arm wrestle, like I think I won the majority of mine. I didn't have any knack for it though. Like I was not that good at arm wrestling, guys, at all. I have so many losses, it's crazy. But I'm very dedicated. This tattoo on my arm says "One Love" in German, and it says "One Love" because like I'm obsessive as shit. I'm so obsessive, guys. Like I get on something and it is everything to me. That's just how my personality is. And so yeah, so one love, one obsession, one focus. Like that's me. So arm wrestling is my thing, and it has been my thing for like 11 years or whatever it's been now. So yeah, so I have a long arm and a good sized hand, so I guess I have genetics for it. Like so I have some advantages. But yeah, I'm not a freak. I'm not a born freak for arm wrestling. Anything I have now I've earned for sure through getting my ass kicked publicly a bunch of times. The rumors that Devon's going to meet up with Michael Todd in Dubai. You should go meet up with him as well. That sounds fantastic. Someone please buy my ticket, and I'm on my way. And LeVon is supposed to be going to Dubai. Oh, dude, wouldn't that be crazy to go out there like me, Chance, and Brad Grundy going out there meeting up with Michael Todd, Devon Larratt, LeVon, and going at it. That would be like the funniest fucking video ever. Oh man, we'd get our asses kicked. That would be awesome. Do I understand German? No, I don't. My family's German. They're from Germany. I have like extra family back there. I never really learned it all the way. My grandma's from Germany, but no, I haven't. I do have Rosetta Stone German. I haven't done it yet. It's on the list of to do things. I want to see you get so strong and so massive. Me too, man. I want to get like, no, I don't know, guys. I don't want to have a heart attack. Like that would suck, right? I'm 350 ish. I don't know if I want to push 400 pounds. That's like a lot. Plus, I'm not even touching my legs, so that'd be like 400 pounds of upper body. Jesus, I'm gonna have a heart attack. God forbid I get COVID and die. I won't be able to breathe. Yeah. So there's like that whole health thing a little bit, you know. And I got a daughter, right? Not trying to die too early. So goals, health, daughter. It's a balancing act, you know. But I could easily get to 400 pounds. You guys, if I wanted to, I would be 400 pounds within 4 months, like easy. 3 months, I could balloon up there. But I don't know. I'm not trying to die super early. Fuck, you know. I don't know. It's a balancing act. Thanks for the live session, Derek. Have a good night. Have a good night, man. Drug versus drug free, like all sports, is the only way. Keep drug free, Derek. We have a lot of hope in you. Top 5. Woo! Top 5. Let's get it. Travis Rigg, thumbs up. Nick, AJ, over 75%. Yeah, Dennis kills him. Thank you. Ole beat Pushkar, though, right before the accident. Yeah, but it not in a super match. It didn't and wouldn't happen. I wouldn't read too much into that. And Pushkar and Dennis are not the same. The pro level, they have used PEDs. Do you understand German? No, I don't. Yeah, Oleg did Pushkar in 2018. Yeah, but not in a super match. And it wouldn't have happened in the super matches. I do think Dennis wins that, but I thought Oleg had the best shot at the time. Oh, maybe. But I don't see... I mean, back then. But if Levon is as strong left-handed as they say, then maybe we could see an interesting match there. Which is your favorite style to watch in arm wrestling? I like inside. I like a stopped hook match, very like deep and inside. I like those ones because as an arm wrestler and as a coach, like I really understand what's going on there and the pressures that are happening. And you guys, when these matches stop center table, especially in like Europe, they're more prone to this. It stops center table. The games that are going on, the micro adjustments that are happening, like it's like wrist up a half centimeter, chest drive 2 inches, arm a little slide up a couple. It's like the smallest adjustments, and they're all trying to crack each other and get these wins. And I can see what's going on, and I can analyze it. And it's really chess-like in these games, and they're all waiting for their big surge. But you don't want to do too big of a surge and open yourself up. But you're trying to read the guy and read his energy levels, and you're trying to put him on certain muscles so his certain muscles get tired while your muscles are staying fresh. Like it's a really awesome game, and so intense center of the table hook matches. You guys ever want to see like one of the most intelligent hook pullers ever? Ivan Matyushenko. He's a Russian arm wrestler, and he's like the godfather of hook. And check him out, Ivan, Ivan, Matyu, Matyu Shenko, Matyushenko. You guys check him out. That is like the guy. That is the guy I've looked up to for a long time. I got a picture with him, and most people that are dedicated hook pullers are like they all look up to Ivan, and he is it. You guys, as far as like just in like perfect form, and he's a beast and just awesome. Now there's a lot of great hook pullers, Krasimir, Sasha, like I said earlier, even Dennis or Todd Hutchings. But as far as like just like sound fundamentals of hooking perfectly, you guys watch Ivan Matyushenko. It's ridiculous. Even Prunick hooks really well. Rustam hooks more dragging style. They all hook differently. Ivan looks amazing. Okay, where am I at? I'm almost caught up with all the questions, guys. You should try to pull Devon's boy Curtis. Oh, Pork Chop. Dude, that guy looks like a fucking tank. He's thick. I have a feeling he's one of those guys that's a lot smaller in person, but from what I see, he's crazy strong. But he looks gigantic. But I gotta see him in person. But yeah, I would not underestimate him at all. Pork Chop, from what I hear, is like one of the top guys up there. He is crazy strong, from what I hear. 400 pounds in 3 months. I wish I could gain weight like that. Jealous? No, you don't. It's a nonstop fight. I always thought Corey West versus Levon would be amazing just for the sight of them. Yeah, Levon's not even that tall, guys. Like I've seen him twice at Worlds in person. I didn't get a chance to talk to him. We did look at each other when we were in the pit. So like when it's your weight class is getting ready to go up on stage and arm wrestle, they take everybody in your weight class and you guys all get in like a corral, like a little spot where you're all standing around. So you're like rubbing shoulders with all your competitors. And when you're at Worlds, when you're on like Team United States and shit like that, and there's like Team Russia, Team Georgia, it's me and my other American super heavyweight partner because there's two representatives for each country in the weight class, and you're just sitting there like staring at the Egyptian super heavyweight and the Georgian super heavyweight and the Italian super heavyweights, and there's two of them, and everybody's just kind of eyeing each other. A lot of people don't even speak English, the same same language, and it's like really intense. Anyway, me and Levon, he the second time I saw him, he gave me a little nod. The first time I saw him, he didn't nod. He wasn't very nice. They don't smile. A lot of those Eastern, like European countries and stuff, they don't. There's not a lot of smiling going on, guys. Can someone from one of those countries please explain to me why they don't smile that much? Make it make sense to me. Is it just like it's not manly to smile? Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, Corey West versus Levon. Not yet. Derek for Schoolboy. Let's do it. He's Moss, but I think Derek would wreck Schoolboy. Oh, thanks. Shout out from Arizona Arm Fighters. You guys get a chance, go check out Dustin Allen. That's my boy from Arizona. He started up his own team recently. I think that's the Arizona Arm Fighters. That's the name of him. I believe that's Dustin's team. Check it out. He's really pushing hard with the YouTube channel, all this stuff. And Dustin is really trying to grow out there. And he has a bunch of arm bet guys. And he's trying to start a new team. So you guys show some support. If you get a chance, AZ Arm Fighters, go check them out, please. I saw someone mention the name. My guy. Have you ever trained powerlifting, squat, bench, deadlift, and if so, how much? Since all the Eastern Bloc are so heavy into powerlifting, I've done those. Let's see. I still bench. Almost. Lately, I've been benching like every other week. Before that, it was like once a month. Benching isn't very. I think dumbbell pressing is more prevalent for arm wrestling strength because of the balance. The micro adjustments and controlling it, the stabilizers carries more over to arm wrestling than a flat bench does. So it's not the biggest thing for arm wrestling. Also, getting a really big chest makes it so it's harder for you to slide your elbow around. So I don't want to get a really big chest. It kind of holds me back a little bit because it makes it so I can only be offensive and I don't really have any space to be defensive in arm wrestling. So I don't want a giant chest. If I can't bring my elbows together, then I feel kind of limited in my movement. So good thing I started arm wrestling when I was kind of skinnier and I'm used to being flexible in my chest, and now I'm getting all thick and fat, and so, but I still have the flexibility, right? But yeah, my bench is not impressive, guys. I bench like 315 for 7. What's that? That's like not much. But I beat Scott Mendelson, and he benches like 1,000 pounds. And I'm not afraid to arm wrestle Eric Spoto, and he benched 1,000 pounds. So bench does not have much to do with arm wrestling. Let's see. At the top level, anybody can get a W. Derek, did you hear about Cody apparently broke his arm in round 2 of the TL2? What the hell? I did not hear about Cody breaking his arm. What? And he kept pulling? And he won? Oh my God. This guy's an animal. I'll have to message Cody. That's a good friend of mine. I did not hear anything about that till you messaged that. See, I'm learning shit. I didn't know Alexi Vovoda's back. I didn't know fucking Cody broke his arm. Cody Merritt. We're talking about Cody Merritt, by the way, guys. Cody Merritt is the only American to pull in the senior category at Worlds within like the last like 6-7 years or a long time. I don't know the exact years, but it's been a long time. The only one to pull in senior category at WAF and get first place. Yeah, we have no. Well, also the best North Americans don't go to Worlds traditionally, so it's not like we didn't have people that could get first, but they weren't going, and so it's been a long time. And Cody went there and got first in senior category. That's big. That's really big, right? That never happens. That's the 21 through 40-year-old class. That's like the most competitive class. Okay, scrolling to dude. I was almost caught up. Okay. What about Gennady Fikvinia? He's also strong and beating Levon before. Dude, Gennady, if we're talking about my ranking system, my top 3 or whatever, Gennady has to be close to up there, but he has to prove it. Like, I think he is, right? But he kind of has to prove it we can't take it away from all those guys without Gennady proving it, right? And last, Dave beat him and stuff like that. And I think Gennady is one of my top 3 favorite arm wrestlers in the world, and he has been for a long time. But he also has to go and beat those guys like recently or soon to prove that he should be top 3 in the world. But I think he can. I think Gennady Kvikvinia, for those of you guys that are new, that do not know who Gennady Kvikvinia is, Gennady is Levon Sagnashvili's like teammate, and Gennady, I think, is the head of Georgian Arm Wrestling and the Georgian Arm Wrestling team. If you guys get a chance, check out Gennady Kvikvinia. The reason Gennady Kvikvinia is amazing is because not only is he super strong, he is versatile as shit. You guys love seeing Devon because Devon does other moves. Gennady does even more. Have you ever seen? You never see Devon do flop pressing. You never see dude. Gennady's everywhere. He is flop pressing. I'm sure he probably has a king's move in there. He is top rolling. He's low handing. He's hooking. He is everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Explosive as shit. Exciting, screaming in people's faces. And now he's jacked. And now recently the videos he's been putting out, he is huge and he's strong as hell because he knows how to get strong for arm wrestling. So looks like he's dialing it up big time. And so that is one of the biggest things that a lot of people are waiting for, is to see what Gennady is going to bring to the table when he comes back and starts arm wrestling and competing again. So, oh man, so excited. My biggest match, I want to see Gennady and Devon. I don't give a fuck about rankings or that. I want to see Gennady and Devon. I want to see 2 of my favorite arm wrestlers on the planet who both have multiple moves. They have tools in their tool belt. They can do all types of crazy shit. They can go both ways in different directions and adjust on the fly. And there's excitement and screaming. That is me the most exciting match that will keep arm wrestlers happy and viewers happy. There's no way that match won't be insane. I don't even care if it's 6-0 or whatever, 5-0 or whatever they do. Even if it's a sweep, it'll be the most exciting sweep because whoever's losing is not just going to keep doing the same move. They're all going to try different crazy shit to try to get out of there. Devon and Gennady, that's my ultimate matchup right now. Like, God. Everything else is just like a test of strength. That will be a test of versatility, endurance, and strength. Like, dude, it'll be the ultimate match. It'll be the ultimate match. I should raise the money to get that match to go down. And I think they both want it. So raise the money, fly out Gennady, and get Gennady arm wrestle Devon. Can we just start like a GoFundMe for that? Get that match to happen? You guys there with me? Can we start a GoFundMe? and fly Gennady out here and Devon and have them have a match just at somebody's garage. I heard they think smiling makes you look dumb. It's like what a crazy person does standing on the street corner, I guess. But what happens when you think something's funny? You can't smile. An arm wrestler, chest flies is also good for carry over to bench instead of benching. Yeah, chest flies are good. Wait, Voda's back? That's pretty hype. Yeah, no, that's true. That's awesome. There's no time for niceness in arm fighting. You have to develop that vicious mentality. Power levels will go up tremendously. Oh, I do. Here's a telltale sign, guys, for me personally. If you see me walking up to the arm wrestling table and you see me smiling and like talking to the ref and stuff like that, I'm probably going to lose. Like, just unless the strength gap between me and who I'm arm wrestling is so ridiculous. In my history, in all the videos I know, and I've studied my matches obviously a ton, when I'm in it, the guys locally that know me, they know when I walk into the tournaments and stuff and they see me, they'll even tell me, my buddies, they'll be like, yeah, today was the day. I could see you, like you were in it. Because I can find, there's a switch that I can find somewhere deep in there, and I find it sometimes, and when I find it and I hit that switch, I don't really feel the other people. It just kind of just goes like right through them. And then there's times where I am at a tournament and, baby mama calls me and we talk about something, and then one of my teammates got hurt, and then like, all these distractions keep happening and I can't get in the zone. And then by the time I go up to the table, I am like way off. And then I'm like thinking about the match. I'm not in the zone. I'm like looking at the ref and I'm just slow and I get in some stupid position and my adrenaline's not pumped and I lose, right? So yeah, if you guys see me go up there, if I'm ever at Zloty or something, you see me looking at the ref and I'm like laughing, turn off the channel. Turn it off. Don't watch what's about to happen. And it's crazy because like sometimes I lose track of it, and I'll try to get it turned on in the moment, but it's just too late. It's something I'm working on. It's actually one of the biggest things in my game that I'm trying to focus on trying to control that. So there's like sports psychology books and stuff I read, and some type of stuff I listen to. I'm a head case, guys. I'm a head case. I believe we saw Gennady at 95%, Levon 85. Michael said Cody sent him an X-ray and it was a bad one. Bone of both side kind of break. Jesus. Most strength comes from the beard. Look at Michael Todd and Gennady. I know they got those beards. Guys, mine grows in all white, trashy, and gross. This is just laziness. I'm not trying to grow this out. This is just like, I'm single. I'm just some single dirty dude who wants to arm wrestle. It's just growing all nasty. Yeah, this isn't on purpose. I generally try to stay more clean shaven because look, it like doesn't grow in certain spots. Anyway, that's not why you guys are here. I don't have good facial hair. Hey, if you guys tell me better with the facial hair or without, let me know. I need a haircut too. We agree 100% Gennady and Devon super match. Oh man, it'd be awesome. Gennady versus Bortolato, both screamers. Yeah, but Bortolato is strong as shit. Awesome dude. Gotta give him credit first. Not as versatile, right? He's kind of doing one thing a little bit. And I want to see people that are all over the table, going back, forth. I want to see like freedom arm wrestling, but on pads. You know? Derek versus Chafee. You know what? I want to go pull with Dave. I just was thinking about this like 2 nights ago. I want to go out there and practice with him. I want to feel like where the power comes from and what angles. If there's any way, like if you get him a different angle where you could feel some movement, or if it's just like blanket, like every finger is way too strong, every aspect of his hand and wrist is too strong. Like I'm interested in Dave Chafee, his build and his strength, and where it comes from. Wayne Withers, who's I feel like he's someone in my peer group, along with Corey West and all those guys. Wayne did flatten out Dave's hand. Didn't bust it all the way back. I don't remember that, but did flatten it out. He did have something for Wayne's wrist. Corey West did stop Dave's movement left-handed. Now, Dave still looked like the dominant guy, and Dave was still winning those matches. But it's not like his hand and arm didn't move. And I'm not saying I think I can beat Dave. I'm just saying I kind of want to go do some intel gathering on Dave Chafee and kind of see if there are some holes or gaps. I'm a pretty witty guy when it comes to arm wrestling. I know it pretty well. And I feel like I could really do some cool fact-finding if I got to practice with Dave a little bit. You guys, don't tell Dave that. Don't tell him I'm coming out there to fact-find. Okay, dude, I'm almost there. I'm almost caught up. Have you ever pulled Matt Mask at a practice table? Oh, actually, yeah, we did pull, but it was fake. So if you guys Google or YouTube Derek Smith versus Matt Mask, it looks like it's a really close match, huh? Hey, because we were faking it. It was for Monster Energy, and they wanted us to have close matches, and Matt needed a matchup, and I said I'll do it, and we're like, hey, let's make it look good, which happens sometimes, guys. It happens sometimes, sadly. Not as common anymore, but sometimes people fake for the crowd. It's stupid. I hate it. But right now, I'd love to pull Mask for real, though. For realsies. He's obviously the favorite. I would love to pull him, though. Matt is awesome, dude. Good friend of mine. But I'd love to see what happens. Actually, I want to see Derek versus Lincoln Hawk. Yes, I will smoke Sylvester Stallone. That dude is old as shit. Wait, John Brzezinski was old. He beat me. But still, he's not John Brzezinski. He's just Sylvester Stallone, and I would truck that fool. Ugly no matter what, but... Oh, Mike. There's Michael Coburg in the chat. Michael Coburg is Mega Mike. You guys sometimes hear me talk about a guy named Mega Mike on my team who started at a stupid level, just like a gorilla walking the street, just came in and was really strong. And he beat almost everybody. He beat everybody on the team. Besides me, Mike, I still own you. Yeah. Hell yeah, I will go find me. I said fund me. Better with facial hair. Oh, nice. Facial hair. Oh, I guess I'm keeping the facial hair. Derek, you're on the cusp of being a WL regular. Thanks, man. I was actually talking to Neil Pickup for like 45 minutes today on the phone. That was an awesome conversation, and I'm hoping some cool things come out of that. Yeah, I was excited to talk to Neil. I had never really had a conversation with Neil like that. Devon dad moved Bortolato. Doubt he has a chance against Gennady. But Devon dad moved Bortolato after Devon gassed Bortolato out. He was, by the time he dad moved him, Wagner was just spent because Devon was Kings moving him until he was tired. Then he dad moved him. So Devon did not walk in round one and dad move Wagner Bortolato. That is not possible for Devon. I mean, I'm trying to think. Maybe Dennis could do that. I don't know, but Devon couldn't do that to Wagner. No way. Set up Mass for Smith match. Yes. Devon Helmsley a chance to WL. Yes. Who's paying for your Dubai trip? J-Web Fitness just signed up to pay for my Dubai trip. No, I got a couple offers from people that are interested in helping me out get to Dubai. I want the timing to be right, guys. I don't want to go out there. But man, really, if Devon, Michael Todd, and Levon go out there, that would be a badass time to go out. I mean, I know I want to go out there and just have my own time with Larry and work with him, but man, that'd be a cool time to go to. I just want to group up with Levon and just see if I could just 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 see if I can get him just like grunt or something, you know. But honestly, the crazy part is, like, realistically, and anybody that knows me knows I'm not afraid to say this. My goal is to beat Levon. Like, my goal is to beat #1 in the world. Like, and that's a real goal. Like, if I'm speaking seriously, and yeah. So I mean, I need to get a hold of it and feel where it's at, and I need to see if there is any movement in it, any gaps, and yeah. So same thing with Dave. So I just want just information gathering. Devon does that shit all the time. Thanks for telling me I look young. Hey, man, big fan of you. Hope you make it big. We'll follow the whole way. Thank you so much, Chad. I appreciate you, man. Big Stormcraft. Toddzilla recommended in his seminar to JM presses for elbow conditioning. Have you trained those? What are your thoughts on joint conditioning? I have not tried JM presses, but I've heard a bunch of things about it, and I was just thinking the last few days about getting into JM presses. Because my elbows aren't a big thing anymore. It's not like really bad for me. I'm like 11 years in. But it won't hurt. And there are some times where I have crazy practices where I could use maybe a little something to help rehab the joints. So I'm going to try those JM presses pretty soon. Maybe I'll make a video for you guys of me trying them out. But yeah, I've heard great things. So yeah, definitely JM presses. I'll try those out. Joint conditioning, guys, I'm big. I'm big on it. I'm one of the few people that promote it really big. Once I got confidence in my elbow joint and like the fact that I could set it and people weren't pulling through my arm and like I felt concrete in my joints, it changed a lot. It changed a lot of faith in my bicep. It changed a lot of confidence as far as like where I go on the table. But it took a while to train that. It took people using 2 hands and rubber bands and ropes pulling the opposite direction and me getting these stupid arm break positions and holding on for dear life, which I'm not recommending you guys do if you're not a seasoned arm wrestler. But it took a lot of that stuff, and it took years to kind of build it up until there's so much scar tissue and calcification and bone density things and ligaments and tendons are all thick, and it's just like gross in there. But it's like my armor. It's the thing that protects my elbow from breaking in half, hopefully. That's the goal. Lots of milk and joint supplements. Where was that? My homie invited me out to San Bernardino. This is from Durzo Blint. My homie invited me out to San Bernardino to come to your sessions, but I'm super new and weak, haha. Am I still welcome, or should I train for a while before coming? Don't you dare come to my practice if you're weak, yo. You better be the strongest fool I've ever met in my life if you're going to come to my... Yeah, dude, you can come. I don't care how strong you are. What the hell are you talking about, dude? You could be the weakest person in the world. Come to my practice. That's why you're there. The practice to get stronger. Right? Come. Yeah, of course. We got like 50 people. We got really weak people. We got strong people. We got amateurs, pros, lightweight people, 120 pounds. Me at 350 pounds. We got everybody. You're very welcome to come through. You need no experience. All you need is some operable arms and a good attitude. That's it. That's all you need. Message me on Instagram and get the information if your homie didn't already give it to you. QZ, Ingen calls the King's move the desperation move. Do you see his video on that? Yes, I did see his video on that. Ingen hates the King's move for sure. Those of you guys didn't know, I named the King's move. I'm sorry, I'm gloating. I came up with a name for the King's move a long time ago, and I told Devon, and Devon promoted it. But he gives me credit for it. We couldn't think of a name, so I came up with that one. What's straight form measurement? I don't know. I haven't measured them. What's your goal in arm wrestling and YouTube? Arm wrestling, I want to be #1 in the world. YouTube, I would love to be able to kind of do what Devon's doing and just make YouTube content and fly around and arm wrestle and go to tournaments and just train and just be the man at arm wrestling. That's my dream job. So that's the goal. I'll learn from Devon. Are you 6'8"? Yes, I am. Derek, if you had another rematch with Devon, other than getting a serious ref, what kind of adjustments would you make? I feel like you burned yourself out in a few bad positions too much. Do you agree? I got burnt out because of Devon. So, like, I didn't willfully burn myself out, right? There's a lot of things that are going on there. Number one, I would change if I wanted to, like, right now, this Derek sitting in front of you, if I wanted another match with Devon tomorrow, and say I was healthy, but like at this current strength level and everything, like what would I change to try to beat him? I would have a serious referee, like someone that knows what they're doing. I'd have Bill Collins. Bill Collins is my favorite referee in the world. I would have a serious referee, and then that would be the number. That'd be the biggest game changer, a little bit, only because it's hard for you guys to see it in the video. With no ref and the chaos, Devon's loading up so much, I couldn't even get into my move. Because traditionally, if you guys watch the other videos of me pulling Devon and me like doing well with him at practice, it's outside pulling. So I'm like going up with my wrist and I'm pulling backwards with the strap. The strap is right here, and I'm pulling backwards on it. Oh, let me show you guys like this. So, sorry. So this bottom strap right here, I'm yanking back on this really hard, enough to separate his brachialis, and then I'm rotating through it, right? This strap down here. But Devon, when we had our match, he went so high up with his knuckles like this and pushed so far into me with his hand that, and his rising was so far above mine. And since he started so early, yanking back on this bottom strap, so basically his wrist is up, he's pulled way back, so I can't. By the time we start, I'm already separated. My arm's already spread out, and his wrist was already way up. So from me being spread out, I couldn't top roll high because he already had his wrist up because he already started before me. So I couldn't get up. I couldn't get up pressure to top roll him. So it gives you this feeling, because his arm is still low, it gives you this feeling like, we'll just go forward and hook him, right? Because his arm is already low, not too far away from his own pin pad, and he has already started and separated your arm so much before you say go, and his wrist is up. You're like, you don't even want to try to top roll. It takes away the feeling like you have a top roll left. So then I'm like, okay, we'll just connect with him and hook and pin through him. That's why you see me going forward, because that's the only option I had at that point. I couldn't rise back because I'd already started so far below. So the referee would kind of correct that. Sorry, that's a lot for me to explain. I don't know if you guys could follow that. But all I had left was a hook. I tried to hook him, couldn't land it, burn out my elbow trying it, and that's when you see him stand up later after my elbow was blown and beat me. Shit, I was almost caught up. So yeah, the referee would be the main thing. Look at my face. I'm not of this world. Okay. What does Michael Todd's King's move feel like? I always tell people it's like this. When someone hits their King's move, and especially when they're being offensive with it, like kind of driving through it, it feels like, so there's like a diesel truck in front of you, right? Like a big Mack truck. And there's 10 pillows in between your hands in the front of the diesel truck. Now, the diesel truck is moving towards you, but you're like, oh, this feels okay. You're like, this isn't bad. Dude, it's not even that much resistance. And then the pillows finally all get compressed and run into the diesel truck, and then you're just like, oh, and it just starts moving you, right? So it feels comfortable, and then when that bone hits that lock, boom, the whole weight just starts bringing you along with it, and you're like comfortable, and then everything just moves. So it kind of feels like that. That was the best way I've explained it to people in the past. Pillows in front of a diesel truck. That's all I could come up with. Where are we at? Come on. I'm scrolling down. 6'6", afternoon height. LOL. Devon is a skinhead as well. Oh, he has a rat tail right now. I used to have a rat tail when I was in kindergarten. Much love, Derek. Thank you so much. I'll come by and train. Come through, dude. Can you take Larry Wells? I hope so. I've been arm wrestling 11 years. He's only been arm wrestling like 2 years now? So I hope so. What about Khalid? I hope so as well. I hope so. What do you think of Travis's approach? Travis is like, the thing about Travis, guys, and his approach is that I can only aspire to understand. Sorry, getting a bunch of text messages. I can only aspire to understand my arm wrestling movements and my arm wrestling ability as well as Travis knows his own. So you got to remember, Travis started arm wrestling as a kid against adults, developed his own style, and he's a pretty sharp dude, and then memorized it to the smallest centimeter, and knows every adjustment based off of the person he's coming across. My goal since I got in the sport was to be well rounded, top roll, hook, kind of like whatever, and so it's kind of hard to get so detail oriented on just one move and nothing else. But if I had only focused on one and not ever being well rounded, I wonder if I would approach the confidence and knowing just like the knowledge of my move as well as Travis does. He can break down his move so well and he understands it so well. It's like it's amazing, really, because he does one move, and it's a fantastic move, and he has it down. And he built his move around. Yeah, I'm talking about Travis Bajent. He built his move around his arm and his length and his hand size and his strengths and his weaknesses. Like he has it figured out. And so when he gives his seminars, I've been to like 4 Travis seminars. It's always the same thing. It's like, man, that's what always hits me the most is that like he knows it so well. I can't do Travis's move the way he does it. My arm is too long. I can't get my hands straight up like that. There's things I can't do, but just the biggest takeaway I get from Travis, there are some stuff that has carryover for sure, but the biggest takeaway I take from it is like, man, the top guys know their moves at that level. The legendary guys know what they're doing at that level. Like they know every part of their movement down to where they're putting their toe, their big toe and their little toe. You know what I mean? Like, I'm conscious of a lot of that, but not to that level. Not in a lot of my moves. And so I've tried. I have now developed my Derek hook, and I have like my Derek top roll finally, but it's still not even as refined as Travis's, and that's the goal, right? When I'm working on it, and I think I'm getting a little too obsessive, and I think like, man, you don't need to worry about where your pinky toe's at, and I'm like, dude, Travis does. He knows exactly where his pinky toe is at multiple stages in the movement. My pinky toe starts here, then when I hit, it moves here, and then when I'm about to pin, my pinky toe goes here. Like he has the whole thing down to the centimeter. That's the most impressive thing to me. And so yeah, I just keep striving to know my movements and know the whys. Why do I drive this here? Why do I put my pinky toe there? Why do I do this? And like, what is it doing to me in my this and that and this and that? So that's the most impressive thing to me about Travis is how well he knows himself and his move. Not to mention he's strong and shit, and he has a great personality for arm wrestling. Sorry, tangents, you guys. I go on tangents. I feel like you guys are using me because I'll talk forever. What do I think of Travis? Derek is a beast. Wonder if he could beat Eddie Hall. Yes, I'll beat Eddie Hall. Sorry, that was kind of rude. Eddie's a legend in his own sport. In this sport, I will beat Eddie Hall. Okay, sorry. How's his hand feel in the setup? Wait, you asked me about Travis? How's Travis's hand feel in the setup? Travis's hand, we slipped. Every time we pulled, we slipped. We go to the straps, and then he would beat me. I did beat him at practice, though. If I got Travis to willfully go in a deep hook with me and I got a hold of him, and I can beat him. But he would never let me do that in a tournament. So, but I don't know. And that was a while ago. I'm pretty strong, guys. I might be able to get him. We'll find out. I'll find a way to arm wrestle with him seriously here pretty soon. I'm sure he'll pop up. He always calls me with like a day notice. Hey, big dog. Hey, big fella. How you doing, man? Hey, you're a beast, bro. Anyway, hey, yeah, I'm coming out there. I'm gonna be out there tomorrow. Like, let's get together, go get some dinner and something. And he just hits me up out of nowhere. Pillows in front of a diesel truck. That's a weirdly genius way to say that. Yeah. We were talking about Bajent, right? Yeah, we're talking about Bajent. Yeah. Speaking of Travis, do you think his speed on the hit is up at the tip top as far as super heavies go? This is Travis's words, and I agree with him now. Travis is relatively fast, but it's more that his timing is really good. His timing is really good, guys. So when you're in a ref script, like he says, he goes in a ref script all the time. In a ref script, you're not allowed to move from your hand down to your elbow, right? But you can move the other stuff. Your elbow has to stay in place, but you can move the rest of your body. So Travis's hit is all coiled up, but on the ref, before the ref says go, on the ready, go, on that, Travis is already launching his whole body, and then right on the go, his hand catches up to his body, right? So he's already moving everything else. So his timing on how well he times the ready go is what really sets him apart, right? So it's not his actual physical movements are crazy fast. It's that he times the ready go so well, and he coils up, and everything's based around his hit and timing everything that it looks like he's just flashing everyone. Because by the time the pressure starts, you're trying to catch Travis's whole fucking body flying back, and he's already doing a isometric static hold on his pronator, holding deep and firing backward. Like it's just a lot, and you have to catch his whole body. And so that's why he trains like one arm pull ups and stuff like that. So that way his arm doesn't open up and he just launches back. Guys, I keep getting these glimpses. I'm starting to get veins and stuff, bro. I'm fat as hell and I'm getting veins in my forearm. Man, look at this training. This training's coming through. Okay. Thoughts on Irakli? We already talked about him earlier. Very strong, very strong, very impressive arm wrestler. Is Travis still a top arm wrestler? Haven't seen him competing in the last few years. If there's money, Travis will be one of the top guys, but he's not just walking around. No, he's not. Have you ever practiced no load ready goes? Yes, because my hook is no load. So when I do ready goes, my hook, there's no load. Travis is a character. Well, nowadays though, it feels like all the top wrestlers train for longer matches. It feels like Travis is the last champion that really focused on speed. Yeah, Travis has a thing he says. He says, hey, 90% of matches are done like that. He goes, but everybody focuses on these wars. So he's like, I just focus on the 90% instead of the, random 10% or even less where it actually stops in the middle and we have a war. That's kind of true. That's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. The beginning, most matches are over right away. From Ben Jackson right here. Oh, you guys aren't looking at my screen. Ben Jackson just asked me, what do you need to do to understand your own technique in the way Travis does? Time must be definitely a factor, but what is the plan to develop your senses in that way? That's a great question, Ben. That's a great question. The way I would learn my move, well, studying videotape, seeing what I look like from the outside so I can be analytical in the way I'm standing and my first movements, experience, time, arm wrestling with different people in different situations and understanding why the things I do are done and why they, like the how and the why and how to adjust. My elbow went forward. Now, does my elbow need to go forward against everyone? Does it matter situationally? What if he hits backwards? What if he hits sideways? What if he has a big hand? What if he has a little hand? What if he has... So going through all these scenarios and understanding if my elbow needs to go there all the time and why and trying them out and feeling it out, I think a lot of that just takes time. I think Travis, over time, developed that and takes a long time to really understand the whys. Like, I could just throw a move at you and tell you, even like to the inch, of what to do, but you have to know the why because you have to know how to troubleshoot it. If that doesn't go well, then what's next, right? It was supposed to get the elbow forward, but then what happens if that doesn't work and you need to transfer? So having the experience behind it is the best way, I think, to develop a move like that. Yeah. Derek pins Kyle easily. Thank you. Do you ever arm wrestle John Brzenk? If so, how's his hand like? Because he isn't that big, but destroyed most of the heavyweights. John Brzenk, oh, he's not that strong. Yeah, I pulled that guy a couple times. Thanks for asking about John Brzenk. But yeah, I had a super match with John a little over 2 years ago, I think. And John beat me. I had a stupid game plan in there. I didn't sleep. And I went over there and I tried to beat John Brzenk and I lost. But I'm on a list of like 400 people that have lost him in a super match, so I guess I don't feel too bad about it. You live and you learn. But John's hand, his like cupping and his pronation is wild. Like I don't care how old he is, dude. He might lose his shoulder, his big muscle, like his big, bicep and chest and all that stuff. But his hand and wrist, that ain't no joke. That ain't no joke, guys. Like, it's crazy. He can just reel me wide open. And I've only had one other person treat my wrist since I've been like actually strong arm wrestler, treat my hand and wrist the way John did, and that was Dimitri Trubin. But even Devon, it was like Devon didn't just grab me and be like, "Meh." Devon did King's move and way out, and I had my wrist for a long time. Then finally it went away. These John and Dimitri Trubin grabbed me and went, and then my whole wrist like crazy. One of my strongest features is my wrist, and that's crazy, man. That no one does that shit to me. So I don't know how strong John's wrist is. It's that strong. You think I can take Khaled? Mike Coburg, can you take Khaled? So this is my teammate Mega Mike asking if I think he can beat Larry Wheels' boy, Khaled. Stylistically, I don't think it's the best for you, Mike. Khaled's all hand. He has a world record grip. He's monster hand. When you lose your hand a lot, and I think you might take my hand. So when you lose your hand, you're not in the best position. So stylistically, I don't know if that's the best matchup. I think Larry would go into your power. That would fare better for you than Khaled, because Khaled would like that shit. So I don't think it's a great matchup for you, but I feel like getting feedback from guys like Devon and him just telling you what he feels and where it feels is invaluable. Yeah, for sure. Any time I get with Devon and practice with him is best. Travis has a shoulder pec tear a year or two ago, didn't he? Did he have surgery to repair it? I don't think it was that bad of a tear. I think it healed naturally. I didn't hear about any surgery. Brzezinski has massive forearms. Yes, he does. Oh, I'm finally caught up on the questions. I read somewhere that Brzezinski, his pinky and thumbs are extremely thick, and nobody could open his wrist. His thumb, for sure, is super thick. I didn't study his pinky. But he's definitely not the longest hands. I think my hand is probably like there to John's as far as length, but his fingers are thick. He has meat hands. Oh man, 2 more questions showed up. Khaled's grip is insane. He was wrist curling 45-pound plates like it was nothing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His hand size and wrist strength is like wild. Hi Derek, just got here. What's your opinion on Kyle? Could he be you? Oh man, we talked about that like 3 times. I would love to have the match. I feel confident in the match. A lot of respect for his power and what he can do. I'd love to find out. Devon did a top 5 in the world right now. What are your picks? Oh, man, these are all questions we already answered, man. You guys got to cycle back. We already did all these. Top 5, though. Someone asked me top 3, top 5. Michael, Levon, Dave, Vitali, Gennady, Kvikvinia. There we go, top 5. Looks like your right thumb is much bigger than your left when you put those paws up in front of the camera. Khaled said Kyle was stronger than Michael Todd. He just doesn't know what he's talking about. Mega Mike versus Alex next super match. We just got here, Derek. We missed the questions. Wait, someone said my right thumb is bigger than my left. This is my right thumb. This is my left. No, it's not. It's like the same, right? I think. Yeah. Wait, is it? Oh my God, is it thicker? No, it's like the same. It's not. I don't see it being thicker. Have you ever had an embarrassing match? Yeah, one time I went into a double kings move with somebody. It was on accident. I was new, and I was trying to hold on to the guy, and my bicep was failing, and I started freaking out like new guys do. And he started freaking out because his bicep was failing, and we both went under the table. And I was like, no! And I was so embarrassed with myself. I remember Gary Roberts filmed it, and I stood up and I asked Gary to please erase that from the history of arm wrestling archives. I went under the table. On accident. I didn't know what to do, and did I lose? I don't remember I lost. I just remember I felt disgusted with myself. I felt gross. I felt impure. And so, yeah, that was my most embarrassing match. What's your height in centimeters? Oh, shit. Someone tell him I'm 6'8". What's that in centimeters, guys? I'm not good at breaking that down. Some of you guys are good at breaking that down. I know that. Nah, the right looks way thicker, man. No, it doesn't. My right thumb does not look way thicker than my left. You guys, I'm not imbalanced like this. Really? I mean, I'm right-handed, and it's definitely stronger in all my grip and everything like that, but I don't see it. Oh my gosh, you guys are all saying my right thumb is thicker. Now I'll be all self-conscious about this shit. Where do we? Damn it, dude! Everybody's saying my right thumb is thicker. You can beat Kyle to put my house on it. Derek, you natural, and you stay natural if you are. Who's the greatest known arm wrestler have you ever experienced? What's your current ring currently? My natural, when I say natural fire, I have no more higher testosterone than your average guy walking down the street. I've never been real big on that because like I'm gigantic and I have natural abilities. I'm tall and I have big hand and long arms. So yeah, I'm the same as your average dude walking down the street. I have never done in growth hormone or any of that crazy stuff, trend, any of that shit. So yeah, normal dude. I am a normal guy. Who raised unknown arm wrestling? Sorry, what are you currently reading? Oh, What's the last thing I was reading? Leaders Eat Last. That was the last thing I was reading. Why some teams pull together and others don't. I read a lot of leadership books. I'm like a supervisor at work, and I run the team, and I'm a father, and this and that. And I'm gigantic, so people tend to look to me to lead. So it's a very important part of my life. So I read books on it, and I try to improve myself. Who's the strongest person you've pulled? Dmitry Trubin. I mean, when and that was like nothing. He put on a seminar. It was ice cold in that room, and he was all warmed up. And I tried, and it just like I have the video. I have the videos of me arm wrestling Dmitry Trubin, right and left-handed, and it's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing that I have never even let people look at them, much less posted them. And I keep them there, and every once in a while I'll get bored. I'll go back and I'll watch these videos of me trying to pull with Dmitry Trubin. I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago or something. But I'm like, guys, it was pitiful. It was the saddest thing ever. And I was just like, I couldn't, from anywhere he wanted, he could do whatever. He had his way with me against my will. Dmitry Trubin raped me on the arm wrestling table. Like really though, like I couldn't do anything with him, guys. It was sad. So I have to say Dmitry Trubin, because even John, there was like some positions where like there's some give and stuff like that, but not with Trubin. No. But I think it was a situational thing too. Why is it many arm wrestlers seem to not take COVID seriously? It seems like when I watch trainings matches on YouTube, almost no one wears a mask. I think for a lot of people, arm wrestling is like it's their escape. It's like the way like a lot of people, especially on a local scale, see arm wrestling as like their way to escape the job or escape the screaming kids or the wife or escape nagging people. Like just it's like their vacation, their way to escape things. And I think when they go to these trainings and whatnot and these tournaments, they're seeing it as a chance to like let loose and stuff like that and relax, almost like a vacation. And so when they do that, a lot of people don't want to fucking wear a mask around their face. Now, this has nothing to do with whether they should wear a mask or not. You're asking me why they don't seem to wear masks and stuff. That's my best idea. Also, when you're breathing really hard in an arm wrestling match, it's hard with a mask on. But when they all go home, I guarantee they wear their masks, and they go to work and they wear their masks. It's just when they go to these tournaments and training sessions, they're just trying to cut loose, man, like we've always done, you know? So, going back up. Okay, LOL, you versus Corey West. One day, right thumb and sticker, damn you, don't say that. It kind of does, like 10% bigger. No, you guys, leave my thumbs alone. 203.2 centimeters. Thank you, guys. That's how tall I am. 203.2. After he heals up. Yeah, it does. You've been skipping thumb day. A little bit. Have you been getting in the gym, pumping the iron? Yeah, I'm putting videos out on my Instagram. If you guys get a chance, my Instagram is AWDerek. So @AWDEREK. I think I'm gonna make that like my logo and my whole like persona, AW Derek. I think I'm gonna switch everything to that, and that'll be me, like my brand. Maybe get some merch with AW Derek. No, that's weird. I don't want my name on people, but I know I already use AW Derek for a lot of stuff, so I just figured maybe I'll make that a brand. Yeah, but I've been in the gym. I'm strong as shit right now, and I'm getting stronger. Up pressure, static hold, free weight. Up pressure. So up pressure is what they call rising or radial deviation. Static hold. So how much can I isometric hold? Free weight. How long are we talking? How long of a hold? And probably not that much, man. I haven't done that in a long time for like a max. So I don't know. Derek, what's it like never coming across someone who's taller than you? My best friend and my daughter's godfather is 7 foot. So I played basketball. I was a college basketball player, so I have a lot of friends that are taller than me, actually. It's fun when I go out with them because I'm not the biggest one in the group. Well, nowadays I'm heavier than a lot of them, but I wasn't the tallest. All my friends are, or not all of them, but a lot of my friends are taller than me. Mike, you guys, stop talking about my right thumb. I'm getting self-conscious about this shit. How's my left arm? My left arm is good. My left arm is a pure top rolling arm. It can't hook for shit. And when it does hook, it just rolls out. It like, my left hand hook goes hook, and just roll. I can't get it to like commit in. The elbow is not the right. The right elbow is like a glutton for punishment. My left elbow runs from pressure, and it so just naturally rolls. It just and I have a really strong left wrist, and so it rolls. My left wrist is like, especially my rising ability, my radial deviation is stronger in my left hand than my right by like a good margin. It's kind of weird. That's the only part in my whole arm that it's stronger than my right. It's just in my rising ability. So these fools keep testing it. Derek, you said you were a smaller guy. Did you play basketball growing up? I didn't start playing basketball until I was a junior in high school. And by the time I was a senior, I first picked up a basketball the summer between my sophomore and junior year in high school. First time ever picking up a basketball. And by the time I was a senior, I was the leading scorer on my basketball team. I took us to our first playoffs that our team had been in. I averaged 25 points a game, and that's with my coach taking me out at halfway through almost every game because we wanted to get the JV players and the underclassmen some more experience. So he would take me out to sit on the bench after I get my 25. I was really good at basketball, guys, and I was skinny. I was 215. 215. I was 6'7". I graduated 6'7", 215. Now I'm 6'8", 350. So one day I'll show you guys a picture of what I looked like back then. Played basketball 8 hours a day. I had some D1 colleges asking about me. I flew up to Gonzaga. I went up to basketball camp up there. Like, legit. I mean, as focused as I am on arm wrestling, I was that focused on basketball. Off topic, will you take the VA double X? Q, I'm not trusting this. Oh, I don't want to get into all that right now. Larry finds Khaled the unknown. Have you seen? Finds Khaled the unknown. Have you seen any unknowns to look for in the future? Do I know any unknowns that you guys don't know about to look for in the future? One person comes to mind, but I don't like to blow up his head too much. I might have a guy on my team that's pretty strong. I might have a guy on my team who's pretty strong, but I don't want him getting a big head. A guy named Mike, who's in the chat right now, is pretty strong, guys. You guys will see him. I put out a video of him arm wrestling with Devon. He's very strong. Derek, what's your grip strength like? Have you ever tried Captain's of Crush? Yes, I can close at number 3, Captain's of Crush. I have not tried a 3.5. I've done some tournaments. I've done like 3 or 4 grip tournaments with Martins Lisi's, and I have not beaten Martins, but he got second and I got third. And I've hung out with Odhaugen and Martins a few times and stuff like that. That's why I need to go get into arm wrestling. I already have an in there. I just got to go out there. So I don't know why I don't do that. But yeah, I should go arm wrestle with Martins. That'd be a good video, right? Would you guys watch that? If I got me arm wrestling Martins or an Ode? Derek, what's your grip strength like? Have you ever pulled Rob Topi left-handed? Yeah, last time I pulled Rob Topi left-handed, I beat that ass. I did, though. He was tired. He had a long tournament, and then we met up later in the tournament, and he was tired because he had a super match earlier, and then I busted that hand back, and then we had a war, and then he was gonna pin me because I had his hand, but he was doing this like flop pressy shit, and I had his hand, and I was like, oh shit, he's gonna pin me, so I intentionally elbow fouled. I got a restart, and then I launched, took his wrist, and I was able to pin him. But he's a monster left-handed. Fresh. Yeah, I don't feel too confident in that. It's 3:15 here in the UK, and I'm watching your live stream. Thanks, man. I appreciate you tuning in and spending this time with me. What time is it here? I gotta go to sleep. I've been doing this for 128 minutes. Sorry, guys. I can talk forever about arm wrestling. Forever. Like, I'll never stop. Like, it's all I think about all day anyway. Do you think Khaled can beat Levon in less than 2 years? No, not a chance in hell. And he doesn't even like arm wrestling. He's into grip. Him and his buddy that he works for, their grip. He just arm wrestles like as a side thing. So he definitely within 2 years, even if he did train all out, even if Khaled took growth hormone and every steroid known to man, and right now dedicated his life to arm wrestling, within 2 years, no, he's not touching Levon. And if Levon really does go out to Dubai, you'll see. That's a whole different ball game there. Because Levon's not Michael Todd. He's not going to let everybody start prying on his arm like this. Levon's gonna be like, rip, and like it's gonna be, it's different styles of strength and different, yeah, just different styles. Thoughts of bucket training for hand wrist conditioning as a supplement. I have never done that or sand. He's talking about where you take a bucket and you put a bunch of rice in it or like sand or something like that. You stick your hand in there and you open your hand up and close it, open and close it, or then and move your wrist around. And the resistance in all the directions builds your hand and wrist, supposedly. I've heard old school arm wrestlers talk about it. I've never done it. It seems like it'd get you a nice pump, that's for sure. Hell yes, on Martins, 100% would watch that. You and Martins would be great. Arnold should have a strongman added as an event. Oh, I told Martins, I said, if they ever add arm wrestling, you better fucking call me. And he said he would, if they ever had arm wrestling in strongman. But after the injury, after Mega Man broke his arm and stuff, I don't think they'll ever have arm wrestling back. Plus, now that everybody knows it's not just a test of strength, I don't see them having it back. Apologies if you answered this already, but are you familiar with Ryan's friend Marcus? Tarai. He put on a clinic at the recent arm wrestling event in Australia. Looked unstoppable. I didn't watch it. I watched that event. I did not watch the super heavies because I was watching that event for somebody to watch their matches, and then once their matches were over, I didn't really watch the rest of it. But I heard there was a big dude named Marcus in there that was killing people. I have to go back and watch his domination. That was an Australian event. Yeah, you guys get a chance, watch that. Do you ever get joint pain that really holds you back? Any joint supplements? I take Animal Flex. So it's a joint powder that has like glucosamine and all that type of stuff in there. I've been taking that for a few years, and I don't have a lot of joint problems. So that seems to be working. I'd usually take that once a day. What are your compound lift PRs? Oh, who just asked me that? Yeah, Scott, are you messing with me, man? Everybody knows I'm like really outspoken about how much I hate compound lifts for arm wrestling. Ugh. What's my compound lift PR? Which one, man? The one where I have a pulley system up there and I slam my elbow this way while cupping, but also turn my shoulder and then also lat drag while moving my thumb? That one? Oh, I can do about 400 pounds in that one. Now, the one that's one more degree that way, I can only do 35 pounds in that. But the one where it's actually in front of me, I can do 17 pounds in that compound lift. But when the handle is bigger than 2 inches, then I can only do 17 pounds in a reversed angle of that lift. Like, guys, I'm not a big fan of compound lifts. I like standard isolated lifts where it's like you're attacking your biceps, specifically different bicep heads, training like a bodybuilder, kind of. As far as the isolation is concerned, then someone's actually going to try to tell me a compound lift that want to know my max. I don't know. I don't have any maxes for compound lifts, guys. I don't do them. The compound lifts I do is arm wrestling. I train each muscle individually, and then I go to practice and I put them all together. Wait, Vincent. Okay, am I getting trolled right now? Vincent Reyes said the only people I think that have the most potential to beat Levon is Khalid and Vitaly Laletin. You're trolling. You're trolling me right now. I know you're trolling. You don't. I'm not gonna. Oh God, I'm gonna bite into it. Are you crazy? Are you absolutely? Are you? Khalid is great, dude. Super nice, super respectful. Has messaged me. We've talked. Fantastic guy. Not meaning this is disrespectful to Khalid, but no, you are incorrect, sir. That is not the person that's most likely to beat Levon. He said he can do 315 for 7. Oh, thanks. Someone was listening earlier. Derek, are you just streaming on YouTube or do you stream on Reddit as well? I know you run the arm wrestling subreddit. It seems like it would have some carryover. No. Oh, guys, thank you for someone asking about Reddit, and that reminds me about Discord as well. If you guys are bored and you get some time, please go onto the subreddit arm wrestling. So reddit.com /r/arm wrestling. That's how it goes, right? Anyway, just go to Reddit and look for the arm wrestling group. We have 4,200, almost 4,300 members on the subreddit. We all chat about arm wrestling all the time. New videos, current questions, training questions, like everything's on there. People are nonstop talking on Reddit. Then I also run a Discord The link for the Discord is on the Reddit sidebar. My moderators posted it on there. So if you get a chance, a big shout out to Phil and Ryan, my two moderators running that stuff. But yeah, then head over to the Discord, and it's a live chat room where we like all day. I check in there 3 or 4 times a day, and everybody's just nonstop chatting about arm wrestling with a live chat room. And then every once in a while, I'll go. I don't live stream on Reddit, but I will go into the live voice chat room on the subreddit, or I mean on Discord. Sorry, and I will chat with people, and I ask people about their trainings, and we bullshit about the training sessions, and I give them as many tips as I possibly can. Derek, do you get annoyed at all these arm wrestling noobs thinking college is the best? No, I love that people are taking an interest in arm wrestling. That's the most important thing. And what all they see is they see like 7 of us. They see like Larry Wheels, Schoolboy, Khalid, Devon, me. Like there's like the top a random person walking down the street, you ask if they're top 10 arm wrestlers, and they're like, I'm gonna be in the top 5 like every time, guys. So it's gonna be fantastic. But it's not their fault. They don't know better. And so just them having an interest in arm wrestling is everything. So many people know about Devon Lair. It's wild. If you go walking down the street and you ask anybody about arm wrestling, either they're not gonna know shit, or they're gonna be like, there's a Canadian guy, this one guy, Devon? Yeah, Devon, that guy. Everybody knows who Devon is, which is amazing. Like that's like the dream, right? That he's done so much, it's crazy. So no, I don't hate that people think Khalid is awesome. He does have a ton of potential. Yeah, no, I don't hate on it at all. Think Dennis could beat Levon? Yes, I think Dennis can beat Levon. Missed my question. Rematch you versus John Hoffman. Who would win? You know what? It's weird because I had the last left-handed win with John, and John has the last right-handed win. But left-handed, John is a stronger arm wrestler than me. And last times we pulled, after that we pulled at practice. John has been competing a lot in a long time. John Hoffman is a local Southern California guy. Known him forever. Our record is probably like 45 wins to my like 4 wins, guys. It's probably something like that, or 3 wins. But I think I have John right now, and right-handed, I would feel pretty confident that I have John right now. Left-handed, John's always been a lot stronger than me left-handed. I've never really had that much of a chance unless I go into my bag of tricks. But I'm pretty strong, and I don't know if he's been training or not. So there's a few things it depends on. Right-handed, I think I could get him, though, right now. I'm pretty strong right-handed, so there you go. I'm telling you right now, if Michael stops the Georgian Hulk even an inch from the pad, he's going to surprise a lot of people. Yeah, if Michael Todd stops Levon, Michael Todd wins. Okay, he'll stop the initial hit, and then Levon will probably try a flop, and then if he stops the second hit, then he'll win. Because I think that he'll try to just power through it, and if he can't, then he'll try some crazy shit, and then if that doesn't work, then the match is over. All right, but Colin can beat you, that's for sure. Oh, God. Vincent, you are trolling. You troll. Derek, could Colin beat Bane from The Dark Knight Rises? Yeah, he was born into the darkness. The claw's way out. Yeah, he could beat Bane for sure. Dude, that could be like a funny like meme. Anyway, you're about to set up the table of a super match and need to hype yourself up. What song do you play? That's a great question. I have a playlist. I'm trying to pick one out of that playlist though. Man, I'm like I like the song First Kill from Amon Amarth. I like that. I don't know why, it kind of gets me going a little bit. Or there's some like Rob Bailey songs like what's it called? What's the name of that song? There's some Rob Bailey songs that kind of get me hyped up too when I buy into them. It's funny you say that. My cousin is like the only one I know that is that the guy that beat Shaq. Yeah. There are bi-weekly challenges on the Reddit too, which is fun as long as Diamond Eyes isn't sputtering his know-it-all attitude everywhere. that, that he's smart. Diamond Eyes is not. He's a guy that posts on Reddit pretty often. He's not wrong. He likes to get really in depth and write long replies to a lot of stuff, but he's not wrong, guys. He has some good knowledge in there for sure. I just don't agree with him. Some of the stuff's just like more of opinion, and I just don't agree with him on some stuff. But the knowledge isn't incorrect. By the way, what's your max strict curl? Have you ever tried it? I haven't. I like keep going to the gym and lifting, and I'm like, I want to do a strict curl, but I keep just forgetting to lean against a wall and try to max it out. I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty strict in my form though, but I use a super curl bar because it's more pronated, so I can hit my brachial radialis more for isolation. And in a lot of the videos you see a lot of those guys they're using regular easy curl bars where their palms are a little more up. So it's not the same bar, but with my super curl bar, the other day I did what 205 for 5. I think I could have done more. I stopped at 5. So, but that was like in minimal sway. You guys check it out on my Instagram if you get a chance. I think it was pretty good form, but it's not strict, so who knows? Um, oh, you know what put Devon on the map? It was when he pulled Thor, the strongman, like 20 million views. Yeah, that's one of the many things Devon has done that probably put him on the map. A 365 bench is legit, great bench. Is it though? For my gigantic ass, shouldn't I be benching more? But I have long arms, so I don't know. I don't know how much I'm supposed to be benching. I kind of want to bench 400 pounds. Like, if I bench 400 pounds, then, like, check that off the list of to-dos for my life. Like, I'm like, I figure a 400 pound bench is enough. I won't need any more than that to be, like, the best in the world, I don't think. I don't think you need to go far above that. Especially not with my length and pulling style. Okay, guys. I'm going to try to start wrapping this up. College's not that good. I'm close fanboy normies. Can you beat the Indian champion Suhail Khan who trains Larry Wheels? I would love to arm wrestle Suhail. I would like that match. Let's do it. I feel confident in that match with Suhail. Do you also eat Doritos with eggs? What's your favorite food to eat, and what's your diet? Oh, come on, man. We were just talking about how fat I am. Let's not get into the diet question. I'm dialing it in. When I'm on point and I'm training, there are times where I follow a strict diet. I tend to gravitate. My diet looks a little like the vertical diet with Stan Efferding, because a long time ago Stan reached out to me and he sent me the vertical diet for free. If you guys are looking for someone to listen to as far as diet goes and just a very intelligent person, check out Stan Efferding. His version of the vertical diet is awesome. Basically, it's a lot of white rice, it's a lot of red meat, and it's like low gas type of foods for digestion. And then, yeah, so when I am strict, it goes back towards that. A lot of rice, a lot of red meat, a lot of like probiotics and things to keep everything moving. Oh man, Jesus. Plenty of talented people all across the world. Not all the best at their craft or on the spotlight. Only the best at selling themselves to the public. That's so true. I'm not the best in the world, but I'm also from a video gaming background, so I'm not afraid to be on the internet. A lot of guys are busy working construction and don't do this stuff. Plus, I got a really nice smile. What do you think of Dave? Dave's awesome. If someone were to do another Pulling John style documentary, who do you think would be a good star to follow? Well, Pulling John was about one guy being unbeatable and people chasing to beat him. So then it could be like Pulling Mike, and then it could follow like Devon and Levon trying to beat Michael Todd. There you go. I mean, if we're just talking about who people should be trying to beat, or we could follow Mike and Devon trying to beat Levon, depending on how you look at it. You should definitely do a strict curl video. If you crack 180, you'll get on Nick's Strength and Power channel. It'll be good for viewership. I think I'll crack 180. I better crack 180. I'll be pissed at myself if I don't crack 180. Yeah, dude, I'll definitely crack 180. I was just doing on a flat barbell the other day. I was doing 165 for 8 with like minimal sway. Yeah, dude, yeah. Um, Chance Saw is messaging me right now. Sorry. Um, oh my gosh. Where is it at? Oh, okay. What keeps you from selling yourself to the public as hard as Devon? More people like Devon because he's more established arm wrestler than me, and he has more eyes on him due to his traveling around, and his is just um, it's like growing. It's like a snowball effect. Also, Devon is retired and has nothing but time on his hands. I have my daughter every day from school. I have a full-time job, and I'm trying to do this stuff as much as I can. And I would love for this to take over my full-time job and to just do this. That's the goal, guys. But it's getting it off the ground is so difficult. It's not easy. Yeah. Where was that? Do you think you can beat Sarah Backman? Yes. We can find out. When are you going to Dubai? Corn-fed right thumb pump. Stop making fun of my right thumb. It's the same size. Look, it's shorter. Thanks for answering all the questions. No problem. Is a 110-pound strict curl good for an 18-year-old that's 5'11"? Wouldn't I need to know like your weight? I think I need to know your weight, right? Doesn't that matter? You versus Lockton, we already talked about that. I love that match. Let's do it. Low gas foods. I think I need that. The wife doesn't even laugh at the farts anymore. It just gets the really face. I could probably beat Sarah Backman. Hey, guys, careful. She's not weak. Not at all. You should do this more, to be honest. I could listen to arm wrestling all day. Have you met Corey West? Yes, he's a good buddy of mine. I think you got 185 strict. I think you got 185 strict, no more. So you think I can do 185, but no more is what you're saying. Time to wrap up. You look tired. Appreciate it for answering all the questions. Not going to bother you anymore. Peace, brother. It was awesome live stream. That's it, guys. I'm all caught up. 146 minutes. That's it. I'm not even going to look at the other questions. I'll just say bye. I got to go to sleep, guys. I got to work in the morning. It was great talking to you. I appreciate you guys rolling in here. I'll try to do this more often. I don't often have just like an hour or two to kill. But, yeah. So... you guys are awesome, dude. I love talking about arm wrestling. Thank you for listening to my rambles. If you guys get a chance, once again, promoting, all the Patreon stuff I'm doing, if you guys want that, or if you guys are interested in getting better at arm wrestling, think about hitting me up about some online coaching. Yeah, I promise I'll make you good. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Please subscribe, like, share, all that shit. You guys are awesome. Woo! This is fun. Talk to you guys later. Go get some sleep.